Hi, everyone. Welcome to Court of Corvids. My name is Jake. I am the GM of this show. And, I would say that last week was probably the smoothest episode that we had, right? Nothing crazy, nothing horrible.
Pretty low key. Honestly, the lowest stakes that I felt with the scarecrows, I think we can take them all now.
I think I did a great job last week. I was amazing.
I mean, you saved my life. You weren't even here and you saved my life, so I'll take it.
I was here. I was in the chat room. I was watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't
you see the lovely photo of Moss down next to you on the overlay? Come on now.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so yes, I am Jake. I go by he, him, but I am the GM, so that means I will be going by a lot of different things, including gay militia farmers, which apparently is by far the favoriteest fucking NPCs I've ever made. Like, people are like, we're stealing them. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't
mobile.
Know. Yeah, I guess. But Jonas William, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, hi. My name is Jonas, they, them, and I play the chameleon gnome storm druid Robin, she, her.
Hi, I'm William, they, them, and I'm playing Remy Ashwillow, the goblin fighter, also they, them. And we're in a band together called Glass Beach. You can find us on social media at Glass Beach Band. We also have a website, glassbeach.band. We have Patreon, Glass Beach Band. We have a Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/glassbeachband.
Our first album, called the First Glass Beach album, by our band, Glass Beach, is available. Well, don't go to the store if you can help it, but you can buy it online.
Yeah, because of quarantine and stuff. And I also do another show for QueueTimes called Hijinks and Handlebars. We're currently doing a Dungeon World miniseries. It's on Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. And we are 16-ish. We're about to be 16 episodes in. It's a lot of fun. And we would love to see you there. Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. Woo!
Krug, go for it.
Krug playing Krug. My name's Krug, playing Krug Claudel, the human monk. Both of us, he, him. And I have two things that I'd like to tell you. One, this is not an educational live stream. This is like a home game. So we may do some things wrong because we forgot. We may do some things wrong because we decided to change them. You're allowed to do both those things. It's an RPG. You can just do whatever you want. That's how these kinds of games work. Second thing, we have a show on YouTube, if you do want educational content, called Game Gorgon, where we very frequently talk about RPGs. Pathfinder is very principal among them because that's what we play a lot. We just released an episode last week for, what even was it?
It was
a build guide for the Feral Alchemist, which is our name for a build for an alchemist that uses bite attacks and mutagens to empower themselves. It is very good. It's Indigo's character that Indigo plays on our RP Discord server. What's the character's name? Targus.
Which everyone always asks me, they're like, where did you come up with the name? And I was like, I don't remember. I really don't remember. And then when I was uploading footage for our next episode, I looked at the drive that I use that goes from the SD card to the USB, and I realized that its name is Targus.
No way.
Oh. So we have
Targus presenters. Yeah,
we had Targus presenters at our job, old job. That none of us are employed at anymore.
Correct.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Krug, will you do me a favor? Will you touch your microphone? Just scratch it.
I was gonna ask the same thing.
Yeah. So your audio is not coming through that. Just so you know.
I will fix that.
I was gonna be like, there's so much echo today.
Yeah, I was like, there's so much more room. Like, I can really hear the ambiance of the room. You know, it's like a nice fine wine. Yep. Now we can't hear you at all. So there's that.
Wait, we got you for a second. Yeah.
Hey, I'm back. The other thing is that we do have APG content coming out soon, so stick around for that. The second that we're allowed to release a piece of content for that, it's going to be out, and yeah, just it's good stuff. It's good stuff. That's all I can say. It's good stuff.
And I don't even know if he's allowed to say that. So Moss,
I mean, why would that be upsetting?
Because we're not allowed to say anything.
I don't even know there's stuff in it.
No, I'm not saying anything about the book. I'm saying the content is good stuff. It's great content.
Great
content. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure you can say that.
Moss, take us over before we derail even further.
Hi, Hi, my name is Molly McIsaac. I play Moss the Magnificent. We are both she, her. I was here last week. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. I am across the internet as Molly McIsaac. I know I keep saying I'm going to put stuff online, but I'm still playing Animal Crossing all day, every day. I know. When you're autistic, you get hyperfixations, and sometimes they just don't go away. But actually today, after this, I will be finishing filming my first video in my installment on how to raise urban chickens. This is not a euphemism. I raise chickens in the city. So that series will be coming very, very shortly to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Molly McIsaac.
Awesome. So let's get right into it. Last we left off, Moss and Scott were having a lovely evening together with away from the ever-watching and ever-present Clokey. Krug, Remy, and Robin all found out that someone has managed to kind of pimp out the caravan and has added some secret compartments, has added a location in which a giant mace can be held. Like, there are some interesting things. So we're going to start off the next morning as you all start to wake up. The sizzling sound of bacon comes from the kitchen, and it just wafts throughout the entire house as Kevin and Mike are working heartily early in the morning at making some nice, delicious breakfast. Who would like to wake up first?
I mean, like,
I think Robin.
I think
will
we all
early.
wake up at the same
Everyone
time.
except for Moss.
Everyone
Does
wakes
not
up
wake
except for
up.
Moss. Yeah, crew goes for a run outside, but for exercise and also probably, you know, to scope out a perimeter, make sure that nothing's creeping up on us. Remy goes down, does like some morning stretching exercise stuff, and then immediately goes for some food. I don't know what the hell Robin does, and the whole time Moss is still asleep. I think we've been playing together long enough at this point. You don't have to ask us who wakes up. No, I'm just kidding.
Robin does wake up first before sunrise, so I can go focus when it comes up.
Cool.
Did you just give a hashtag symbol right now?
No,
Krug?
that was a clap. It was a clap.
Oh,
It's
I
not
thought you were
supposed to be.
Krug's just
hashtag mornings, right? Hashtag morning.
hashtag wake up, hashtag wake up, hashtag wake up.
Honestly, no, don't even. don't
Hashtag
even-
rise and grind, baby. Rise and grind.
Krug's gone. All right, so all of you wake up, and in fact, Remy, actually, when you wake up and you start to do your stretches, and Krug, you start to do your meditation, I assume all of you are doing those, or the two of you are doing those actions outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you do that, you actually see something that you weren't expecting. You see Scott running around the field, just a nice, brisk jog around the field.
Like an exercise jog, or like
Yeah. He doesn't look
Like I'm
panicked.
running from something.
Yeah, he doesn't look panicked. He doesn't look like frightened. He just looks like he's you know, getting a regime, you know, getting some exercise done.
Are Remy and Krug near one another?
Yeah,
You
sure.
you decide that. You two are best buds, so
I lean over and I say, "Hey, best friend, we're so close to each other."
I don't understand why you're sitting on my lap. This isn't how meditation works. man.
It's not how meditation works, but this gives me a little more elevation, so I can do my my incline push-ups.
I just want to double check. You see Scott over there, right? It's not like an illusion or anything weird.
No, yeah, of course. I see Scott. Scott is running, doing a little brisk jog. You know.
I'm gonna shout over to Scott. Scott, you're not running from a scarecrow, are you?
roll an intimidation just for volume. Just for volume.
Oh, okay.
That's I don't know why it is a habit that I grew into back in D&D 3.5 to use intimidation for a volume, even though you're not trying to be aggressive. You're just like
I get it.
I would accept performance as well.
I was gonna say because like those opera singers, they can get some wild volume out them pipes.
But at that point, is that not intimidating? When I see an opera, I'm like very threatened.
You want to hear probably the worst thing that I'm going to say today? I rolled a natural 20 on the volume check for yelling at Scott.
You
so-
knock him across the field.
So not only so you yell, right? And as you yell, it's not only a yell in pure volume, but it is in clarity as well. So you're able to scream and shout and get the exact words to Scott, and it hits Scott like a ton of bricks. And he looks over at you as he takes his job, and he gives you a smile and a wave and a thumbs up as he continues on his jog. He gets to where the road meets the entranceway into the house and starts to run along towards all of you. So he was kind of doing like a lap around, and as he hits the main road to the house, that's when he starts to come back in, and he meets you there. He goes, "Oh, good morning, guys. How's it going?"
Oh, dude, it's going pretty good. I mean, like, I know we all got some pretty good sleep last night, especially you. I bet you did. Otherwise, you maybe you weren't sleeping. You were kept up all night. Am I right? And like Remy goes up for a high five.
Robin comes back from her morning focusing and high fives Remy.
So, I don't know. It's a good day yesterday. Did a lot of the goodness. Wake up this morning. You're going to be joining us for some breakfast. Mike and Kevin, it seems like they are really doing it.
Yeah,
No, not doing it. I mean,
Not
they're making the food.
I do want to say, if they need to, this is their home, so we should agree. We need to be prepared to give them some space. Take a walk ourselves if we need it.
If they need some privacy,
make sure that, because if it comes up,
I mean, before we even got here, there was no one else in the apartment. Like probably they
could
could
have the space all to themselves.
Wherever they wanted, they could just drop it all over.
Yeah, and as far as I'm concerned, they still can, but I imagine they may not be comfortable.
That conversation went into a direction I wasn't expecting, but I got up this morning. I met with Kevin and Mike when they started cooking this morning, and they said that it's going to take a couple days to fix the carts. I told them I was going to help them out with it. Actually, I'm about to help them wheel it over to their farm, or not their farm. Oh gosh, what's that thing called? Barn. Yeah.
It is like farm, but very, very
middle.
subtly different.
Yeah. Do you mind helping me out? Do that real fast.
No.
Wait, hold on. I think it is very clear Scott is just talking to me.
Robin becomes an ape. It's been a focus point to become an ape.
Well, all right. Okay, yes, of course I'll help. I just got done doing my stretching. I am ready to push a cart. No further need for explanation.
And Scott goes, great. Remy, if you don't mind just pointing it in the right direction by using the pole up in the front, and I guess Robin and I will lift the back end and we'll carry it together.
Wait, I mean, don't you think like maybe Krug can do the pointing in the right direction? I think that I would be better suited, doing some pushing, really, getting in there, and Remy starts like flexing like a bicep.
Robin goes over in big like ape form and like pretends she's like trying to get in the driver's seat, but she's just simply too big.
Scott's just like, honestly, whoever wants to like, I mean, I don't care. If you want to push, I can steer. I mean, it's up to you.
You know what, Scott? You had a long day yesterday. Just sit off to the side. Let little Remy Ashwillow take care of this, and then I'm gonna go to the back of the cart.
All right.
Yeah, I will also go back there.
Roll athletics checks.
I am not helping because apparently I'm too weak.
Well,
you can drive the car.
I said you could point.
Honestly, Scott was planning on lifting it by himself and someone else aiming it. So, like, it wasn't that. It's more of Remy getting a little.
Yeah. I know. That's what I'm excited for.
Or 20.
Hold on. Let me find my athletics.
Oh, you rolled good.
I got a 29.
And I got a 20 even.
So the two of you lift up the back. It takes a little bit of effort to get it up, but once it is kind of lifted up and off of itself, it becomes significantly easier because the other three wheels take on most of the weight. And so it's more of like a guiding once you've lifted it. And Scott takes where the reins would normally be attached to Snowball and starts just walking forward with it. And the two of you really just follow behind, just keeping it from sinking down. Every once in a while, you have to kind of like, oh, okay, all right.
Every once in a while, we're like, pivot.
And then you make it into the barn. And once it gets there, Scott goes, hold it for just a second. And then he walks over and gets like a small barrel and just kind of shoves it underneath the cart so it doesn't fall back. Cool. Awesome. Thank you both so much.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I mean, you got work up a sweat to go get the breakfast. That is my motto. Everyone knows it.
Big Gorilla Robin taps you on the shoulder and stands like a very aggressive pose. How long has it been, Jake, since we started moving the cart?
Honestly, it's probably only been like a minute, if that.
So yeah, from like basically between the last arc and this one, Times with Robin, that she's got 9 minutes left in gorilla form and she wants to fight.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, yeah, I'll do this. The past couple of days, I just want to say I fought Krug, and then we fought a bunch of scarecrows. So this should be a piece of cake. I'm in a prime fighting mode. And we fight.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to roll that out. I just want that for the
all right, let's do do me a favor, let's do best out of 3. How's that sound?
Cool.
So we'll just
at the same time.
Cool. I rolled a 6 and that's only gonna be plus 9, I think. Yeah. So 15.
69. Nice.
Nope.
That's for just our straight attack.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you got 9 the first time, or plus 9?
I got 15.
15.
Okay.
I got 15, 13, 23. You probably beat me all 3 times.
I got 16, 30.
Oh.
And
30, not 3.
30, yeah. 16, 30, and 18. What was the third one?
My third one was 23.
Okay, yeah.
So 2 out of 3, Remy wins.
Yep. And just at the end, I got one big clobber on their head as I transformed back.
Now all I have to do now is beat Moss. And I've nominated the entire group. I just want to say it.
Remy,
Yeah, good luck.
carry me
Getting
back
her
to
to actually
breakfast
fight
and then
you.
kick our witch's ass, please.
Carry you back to breakfast. You just bonked me on the head. I'm all busy.
Well, you stabbed me.
How's this?
Twice.
How's this? And Scott comes over and picks you both up, one on each arm, and just carries you both back. Like
This is life.
God, why didn't you kill a gorilla? That would have been great. Would have been just imagine seeing that. You're carrying a gorilla. Imagine it.
So Krug, you're coming out of your meditation, your routine, and as you start to open your eyes, you see Scott walking towards the house, one arm scooping up Robin and one arm scooping up Remy, them both kind of like hugging on to Scott's shoulder like two children. Like
Yeah, and Remy's kicking their little legs the whole time. Not in a fighting way, but just like a wee.
yeah.
Is upside down with your legs to hang on to Scott's arm.
Who won?
What do you think, Juan Krug?
Remy did, of course.
Oh.
I just like to try,
It was me.
I can learn so much by trying. Like, I'm not going to beat you, babe, but
I'm
now
so
I feel like I can
strong.
beat someone else.
No one's going to beat me except for maybe Scott.
Maybe Scott.
I think it's probably Scott. Yeah, considering that he could just throw you onto the ground right now. And you're...
How about we don't fight at all, and let's go inside
right.
and go get some breakfast.
I
I'm gonna
bet
go
they
wake
beat
up
the
Moss.
crap out of herring.
I'm gonna go wake up Moss. Do me a favor, go inside, get a seat, and let's start breakfast and figure out what we're going to be doing, because we have places to be, and I think we're going to be stuck here for a little bit. So
As I walk back inside, I'm going to turn around at the threshold of the door and make a perception check, just double check there aren't any scared.
yeah,
What about 24?
This whole party has scarecrow PTSD.
Yeah.
out in the dirt fields, the things that you see are squashed pumpkin heads and hay blowing gently into the wind, as you can see the remnants of all of the creatures that you have killed. Their parts and their individual pieces just kind of lay flat and dead out in the field. You feel accomplished.
I feel Scott's accomplishments.
Cool.
Good enough for me. And I pull up a seat close to the bacon.
So Scott walks upstairs, and Moss, you wake up to the soft feeling of Scott kissing your neck.
No, Onion, no. 10 more minutes.
I didn't realize Onion could kiss that good, Scott says.
Moss says that. Oh, she's soft. She's soft feathers.
Oh. Why don't you get up and let's go get some breakfast? What do you say?
There's food. You wake me up that way and then you tell me there's food. You're really the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Let's go. Come on. And he takes your hands and kind of helps you out of the bed. Scott and Moss walk downstairs and take a seat at the table as about the same time that Mike and Kevin drop off the last bits of food onto the table. It is a smorgasbord of food. There is some steak, there is eggs, there's hash browns, there's bacon. It is a full farm breakfast. And they share a kiss and they separate and they sit down at the table and say, well, we're not really a praying house, but if you all want to say something, go for it. But if not, let's just dig in.
Thank you, Jaguar Lady.
Thank you, Gozray, for the power you give us all, but mostly me.
All right.
All right, cool.
Nom.
Jake, I want to ask: is refocusing something I can do while like casually eating here, or do I need to just like go and basically like meditate to do that?
You have to do something associated. I mean, rules is written. You have to do something
Yeah.
associated with your druid nonsense.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm going to say you are not refocused yet, but
Yeah.
you will definitely have the opportunity to do so.
Okay, cool.
So unless you were like, I really want to turn into something right now.
No,
but
no, I was thinking about doing something before food, but I'll find time.
So you start eating, and Scott says, "Hey, I brought the caravan we brought the caravan down to the barn. Is there anything we can do to help out?" Kevin looks over and says, "Oh, no. We got this. You all kept us safe. You all helped us out tremendously. It's our responsibility to treat you all right for helping us out. So let me just finish fixing it up. I should get it done probably tomorrow, I'm hoping. So you're kind of stuck with us for a little bit. I'm sorry about that."
That's all right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're very gracious, of course. I did this morning when I was watching the sun come up. I did have it tell me how to fix the wheel, sort of with the magics of the world. So at the very least, I could assure that maybe you'll get it done tomorrow. I could pass a little spell on it. I've already got it ready.
Yeah, that would be great. Any sort of assistance or help that you all can give, that'd be great. I was taking a look at the vehicle, and I did notice that ain't a stock caravan.
Oh, no, it's for theater.
Yes, I am Moss the Magnificent. I thought you surely would have heard of me.
Well, you've mentioned you being Moss the Magnificent and performances and whatnot, but this bad boy's tricked out for like fighting, and I didn't realize that.
What? No, it's not. It's tricked out for performance.
Robin locks eyes with both Krug and Remy at some point during this.
And Remy's not being inconspicuous. What's the word?
You're being
Suspicious.
conspicuous and not inconspicuous.
You're trying to not be suspicious.
No,
Don't be suspicious.
I'm trying. I'm not. What I'm saying is Remy is doing a bad job and is looking very suspicious.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think you're being conspicuous.
Yeah, thank you, conspicuous. And so when Robin shares the look, Remy's like a full on like,
And that's when Robin looks at Krug instead.
Krug looks at Robin for a brief moment and then looks over at Remy to wait for it, basically.
And
It's
Scott
not.
actually interrupts before anyone says anything and says, "Yeah, about that. I'm really sorry, Moss. I've been meaning to tell you this.
Krug gives Scott like a one of these, like, really?
But you know, when you all were on the boat for a while, Arturo and I actually, well, let me rephrase that. Arturo and his men actually kind of like worked on the caravan and kind of beefed it up.
Wait, Arturo did that?
Wait.
There's beef in the
Why
caravan?
didn't you tell us about the beef?
And Scott literally looks at Remy and goes, "Whenever we're both in it."
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I am
Yeah,
on your
yeah.
side if Moss in fact freaks out about this.
Scott,
Yes.
I'm sorry, but first of all, why am I just now hearing of this? And second of all, do you know how long I saved and scrimped for that caravan for some man to touch it and do things to it that I did not consent to? That is not nice.
I know, and this is kind of why I was afraid it was to say anything in the first place.
Well,
Look,
I
look.
for one am on Scott's side.
Yeah, you
so-
should have told her a long time ago. I think I, for one, got to be on Moss's side with this one. Sorry.
So there's a couple of things with it. All right. There are some hidden compartments in it.
Oh yeah.
It holds my hammer down at the bottom, so it's not an inconvenience for everyone. The axles have actually been reinforced on both ends so that we're able to go over heavier terrain. And there's additional options for weapons if we wanted to install them. Okay, hold on. I wanted it to be a surprise, but you can actually pull out and make it a stage.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait. Really?
Yeah. Well, you know how the one of the sides actually has a side that you can slide out and lift up, and it is a little platform that's a little higher, and it's got a pole attachment. We can put a drape on it, so you like have like a vaudeville like red drape behind you, and you can.
It's absolutely shocking that we didn't notice these modifications.
Well,
You
now-
didn't because they were all under the caravan, and none of you really hang out under the caravan.
True.
All anger that Moss had vanishes. She jumps upon Scott and like wraps her arms around his neck and starts showering his face and kisses.
Scott puts his arm around Moss and is like, I really should have told you as soon as you got back. I wanted to ask permission, but I had a limited amount of time, and I would have asked you first, and then once it was done, and he just kind of like in frustration of like knowing better of what he should have done, he kind of just like sinks his head and goes,
Scott. It's all right. It's all right. There's a stage. You saved us all yesterday with your manliness, so I can't be too mad. It's fine. It's fine. The stage is fine. All is forgiven. And once we're out of this terrible business, I'm sure that I can use all the extra storage for more costumes.
yeah, actually you could. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, there's a couple spots. There's some potions in there. There's there's a lot of like. Do you all remember? They said that they knew you. Do you remember a knick-knack?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course I remember.
Wait. Is Nick Nack under there?
No, what? No, that would be
I'm
would be
kidding,
skill.
I'm kidding.
No,
Sorry.
Knick-knack actually made some potions and stuff like that, and what she called mutagens, and stuff like that, that are all stored in the vehicle.
What's a mutanogen?
I don't know. I didn't drink it, but I've been told.
Oh,
that
it's a
they're
liquid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that's like when she was with us in that city back there, I drank something that made me really confident, and it wore off. But I mean, honestly, I some of it lasted, I think.
Well, right after breakfast, take us all out there and show us everything that's under there. Everything. I want to know it all.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
Yeah, I want to get a close look at like the craftsmanship of it. That's how long were you working on it to get it all with all of that?
I don't think you remember how long you all were gone for.
We were on
It was
a
a long time. It was
boat.
a very long time.
The sea has no time, Scott.
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure you still see the sun
Yeah.
come up and go down while you're
Well,
out on
you
the
would
boat.
think
until-
that, but sometimes there is a storm and your wife is talking to two gods at the same time, and it's just the days go by. It turns to 2 weeks. You don't know who you are anymore. You get teleported to the jungle. A deity talks to you, and then you get a sword. So
Yes, and you might find perhaps a cloak that makes you able to shoot fire from your hands, and then you may spend a lot of days just shooting fire across the ocean.
Remember that giant eel?
what?
Was it,
Wow,
was
I
it an eel?
don't know.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
The
remember
giant
that?
eel thing.
Yeah, that was, man, I feel bad for that.
For
Did you
killing it?
watch? Did you watch Arturo or Arturo's people make these modifications?
I mean,
What are the
I was
chances
still
Arturo puts up?
sleeping- I was still sleeping in the caravans. Like, it's not like I had another place to live. Like, so I was always there. I mean,
Right.
let me go across a couple things. One, I can't craft and I can't make stuff. I was just explained after the fact what was done.
All right.
But I mean, now that the cat's out of the bag, I mean, we can all go after breakfast and go check everything out.
There's a cat in the bag as well.
No, it's out of the bag now.
It's out now? Well, yes. No, this is like so is the hammer, so is the bottom of the caravan. You were keeping a cat in here the whole time?
I want a real performance to throw a very convincing cat meow across the room.
Go for it.
That's a 16 plus, I think, 9.
Wow.
Remy, roll a perception.
Oh, no,
Everyone
it's a 23.
I got a natural
Oh,
20.
all right.
I got a single digit number.
What a wonderful. We've gotten some good natural 20s today,
Yeah.
folks.
Super helpful natural 20s.
Could have used them last game.
Super helpful natural 20s.
Okay, we just got banned from everything. Thanks.
Remy, you're like, I know this trick. You've
Yeah.
done this before.
I'm gonna side eye Robin really quick. Like,
Whatever.
So breakfast finishes up, and Mike and Kevin clear the plates. And Mike's like, "Well, let's why don't we all head out over to the barn and start working on it?"
Well, hold on. I have to do
I'm
the
not
dishes
working
first.
on it, but I'll watch all of you work. I could, perhaps shuttle libations from the house to the barn.
Do you
If that's your thing. But I thought you wanted to go see the.
Oh well, I want to see it, but I'm not working on
Oh
it.
well, yeah. I mean, let's
It's a
go.
figure of speech, Moss.
What they say, libation?
It's good stuff.
A beverage.
Oh yes, no, yes, beverages. Beverage is already a big enough word. Why do we need the word libations?
Because it sounds more graceful.
Yeah, it's what the fancy people say.
It's the
I'm
high
pretty sure it's an
society
elf.
folk,
It's an elf thing.
It probably is an elf thing. Mostly Magnificent says words all the time where I'm like, oh, okay. That's a
Jake,
Yeah.
what's the water situation like at this farmhouse? Is there like a spigot or something, or some kind of like, I don't
It's
even
a
know
well.
what it's like. A what?
It's a well. It's a well.
A well?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. That's all I need to know for now.
Okay. All right. So who's all going out to the barn? Everyone?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you all head out to the barn, and Mike goes and starts collecting his tools to start working on it as Scott starts going around the caravan and showing like the different aspects of it. There's some things that on it that you are like, how did I not notice this? For example, most of the corners now have some sort of riveted metal reinforcement attached to them, just so that like edges and corners. He shows you that the axle itself has in fact been reinforced, and that the fact that the wheel was the aspect that snapped when his hammer went through the shelving. And then at the bottom, there are shelves all along the exterior of it that all look like they are seamless. Like you can't tell that they look just like a piece of board. But as soon as you put your hand underneath it, you pull out, and there are potion bottles throughout all of them. And you see, and you pull them out, and he's like, yeah, there's, I didn't really get stock of it, so we'll have to count them up and figure out what we all have here. But this should help us out in the future. And then he goes to the backside of it and pulls out a large like piece that slides out. It is far from the fanciest thing in the world. But it is in fact a like stage. It is like a small little platform that someone could stand on. And he goes up, and on the two metal rivets that are on the edge of it, you can see that there is a section where you can put a pole, and he starts pulling it out and places it up there. And he goes, all we really have to do is just get some drape, and then we can put it up.
Oh, Scott, I love this so much. I can perform anywhere, anytime, for anyone. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And Moss is just beside herself, like showering him with affection.
What do you want on the drape, Moss? Do you want like plain black? Do you want maybe some stars, some fire?
Oh, well, I'm going to have drapes of every variety, of course, so it depends on the song I'm singing, and we're going to have to get some lighting, and, well, I can do that myself, but this has infinite possibilities.
Krug, Robin, and Remy, the three of you very much notice that Scott does not show the back hinge secret compartment.
I was gonna ask.
But it is in fact broken open, and you can see into the space.
I think Robin's just gonna just be like, "Is that everything, Scott? That's all the improvements to the caravan?"
I'm pretty sure. I think Arturo said that we could, dependent on resources and money and whatnot, that we could keep upgrading the caravan if we wanted to for different things. Like if we wanted it to be able to have little slits in it to shoot arrows out, or to better cover it. There's one more compartment, but I've been kind of just storing my stuff in it. So it's the one I busted open. So
okay.
Oh, well, show me that one as well. I want to see it all. I of course, I'm already planning all of the extra robes and hats I can get.
Sure. And
if
Scott,
private stuff,
no. Honestly, it's nothing I should be ashamed to hide from all of you, to be completely honest with you. And Scott opens it up, and it is like the drawer itself is busted, so he like kind of like wobbles a little bit, and he goes through it, and he goes, "It's just some stuff. It's some knickknacks and stuff like that I keep around." What? No. Man, I gotta really choose my words differently around you guys.
Scott.
No.
Family jokes.
So yeah, here's my little section of stuff that I've got stored, and there's the bottle. It's sitting right there.
Does Moss notice it?
Roll me. I mean, he's not hiding it. I'm gonna say that if you want to notice it, you can.
Yeah, I want to notice it. And Moss reaches out and grabs it, and her demeanor changes from excited and bubbly to slightly more subdued, and she kind of gives Scott just a look.
He looks at you and he looks at you as, I've been keeping that.
Why?
I thought it would be nice for a celebration.
But I thought that you were finished with this.
And I've not taken a drink of it. But maybe one day when this whole entire endeavor's over, we can all have a fun night. It's difficult for me to let it go. I know that it's there. I try to forget that it's there, but having it there just makes me feel better. I don't know how to explain it.
Moss stops to think for a minute, and then, all right, Scott, my dear, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take this. I'm not going to drink it. I'm going to put it somewhere else, and you're not going to know where it is, but you will still know that it is there. And if a day does come where we all feel that a celebration with this is warranted.
Libation.
Yes, good job, babe.
Thank you.
That's practically a sentence.
Yes, I'm very proud of you, Remy. But I didn't want to hear any argument. That is what is going on.
I'm not arguing with you. The only thing I will say is, there's no way in hell that you're going to be able to hide anything on this caravan without me knowing.
We'll see about that, won't we?
And second, maybe we should just have that conversation alone. I would feel better about that.
Right now?
Yeah, let's go. Let's. Let's
Scott, before you go though, I do want to say just one thing. If the time comes for some sort of a celebration or whatever, and you are still not feeling like you want to partake in the libations, I want you to know that like seeing your step away from these libations a while ago also made me decide to step away from libations, and so I also do not partake in libations anymore.
Baby, you fancy?
I feel very fancy right now. So if it comes to a celebratory sort of moment where other people are partaking in libations, if you and I want to just sit down with some like chocolate milk or something, that's a celebration to me.
I'm not fancy.
Hold on, is chocolate milk a libation?
When you drink it, it seems to be. I mean, look, have you ever drank it in front of a mirror? You like your posture stiffens up, and you literally look like when I've like seen the paintings of my dad posing when he was young, just like a young baron, you get this like, I don't know, you get fancy. So I think so.
Well, that's all I want to.
Pretty sure that Remy is a libation themselves.
I can guarantee. I can confirm.
Are we saying I'm a small drink of water?
You are a very satisfying and fancy drink of water.
You're a tall glass of something.
Hey, I know what that means.
Look, you know what? I'll say it in front of everyone. We're the closest thing to family that I have had in a long time. No offense, Krug.
I mean, Krug is here.
Krug is literally a family.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to talk about it.
In private, yeah.
The way I feel, and the way I have felt, I didn't want to pick up a weapon, and I knew I didn't ever want to fight again. And I had, the night that you all left, Arturo and I went for a very long walk, and we had a very long conversation, and he understood my want to no longer fight. And he pointed out to me that, yes, there's a want to not to do something, but there's also sometimes a need to do something.
Absolutely.
And that's why Arturo convinced me to install the hammer underneath the caravan. I was just going to throw it out in the river and just let it sink to the bottom of the ocean and just let it be. But
the river and an ocean aren't the same thing. Just
no, not remotely.
No.
Well, a river can lead into an ocean, right?
Sure.
Lead into the woods.
Yeah, I mean, I might be getting my things confused, but
Did you hear that?
No.
Robin said, "Yeah, and a city can lead into the woods."
I was momentarily possessed by druidic wisdom. I don't know what to tell you.
But one of the things that makes me feel comfortable and why I wanted to continue to work with all of you and come out is the fact that I knew that if I needed to be there for Moss, I could.
You're very romantic, Scott. And I completely relate to having to do things you don't want to do. I don't want to be on any of these adventures. I just want to be back doing Moss Magnificent, mistress of the stage, just entertaining the masses. But of course, there's such things now in my life as friendship and duty, and I just have to live that lot. But You should have talked to me about this because I relate so entirely, and I'm glad that you brought your giant tool because you really did save my life, and I'm going to be very grateful to that giant tool for such a long time to come.
Scott's you can see, even though Scott is very much a darker complexion, you can definitely see redness in his face, just like emanating as Moss is saying this. He goes, yes, but Arturo's also the one that made me that bottle.
He did what now?
Wait, what? Wait, the bottle or what's in it?
What's in it? I mean, that bottle's mine, but what's
Right.
in it? He made what's in it.
Why did he say that he was doing that?
Same concept, I imagine.
He said that if a night came to being so bad that I needed and was willing to give up everything for that I deserved it, and I deserved what came about by drinking it.
So he was asking you to go away with your drink?
What? No. He told me that basically I was letting this control who I was. I was letting drink control who I was becoming, and it was making the decisions for me. And that basically, if I kept going down that route, that not only would I continue to let it take me down the path it was, but that I was losing all of you. I was losing the people that were willing to go out and find me, the people that were nice to me and actually cared to know what my name was. And Arturo told me that if I was willing to give all of you up to have that drink, that I deserved that drink, as in to tell me that he would much rather have whatever came about by me making that decision than God, I'm not as good as words as he is. God, this is difficult.
It's like a reminder, right, of the fact that you are choosing who you want to be and what you want to do. And having that drink there reminds you that you are choosing to control yourself, not let it control you.
Exactly.
It gives you a temptation to resist every day.
It gives me a reminder that I'm making a conscious decision not to do something.
Can I ask you a sort of like in your head question, and you can feel free to not answer it if it's too deep in there, but I just want to know, like, when you're fighting, do you feel like you're in control? Because you didn't look in control to me.
I feel like I'm more in control in that situation, and it frightens me.
Is that how you've always fought, or is that new?
It's how I was trained to fight.
Well, it's amazing. It's terrifying. It makes me glad you're on my side. But if you feel okay when you're in that state, I for one, in necessity, would welcome it.
I will tell you, I don't. It's not something I want to do. It reminds me of my training.
Sure.
Which is a lot. Was a lot. And it makes me angry. And that's why I do the things I do while I'm in that state.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
Scott, sorry
yeah.
to cut you off. I'm having a hard time letting go of something that you said. And I just want to say this to you first and foremost, Scott. Yes, I look up to you because you're very strong
and tall.
Like I literally have to look up to you.
Yeah, me too.
And
Most of the
handsome.
time.
Yes, I look up to you because you are very handsome. But
sorry.
Scott's face blushes again.
But I also like you a whole lot. And you know, Arturo is right about a lot of things, but also like sees the world in a different way than I do. And if the day were to come where you would like throw us away for, say, a drink of the libation, and Arturo says you deserve at that point whatever is to come next, then I agree, but only in the sense of I know what is going to come next. And that is that I will not give up on you no matter what you do. If you throw me away for a drink, then I will be right there when you come back. And nothing about that is going to change for me. And also in some instances, I know this from my many 13 years.
It's true.
That sometimes it is a necessity to avoid the things that seek to control us. And that does not make you weak.
I don't find it a weakness, and Arturo didn't either. He felt that if I was able to have it around and I was able to fight it off, and honestly, it's easy when I'm out by myself doing things. I will be honest. Sometimes, Moss, when we're out, just the two of us, it is harder for me. But that being said, the fact that I'm able to continuously say no gives me power. Having it being taken away from me like a child doesn't give me that power anymore.
I understand what you're saying, and I am sorry that I misstepped. Because, Scott, I do trust you, and I do trust you to control yourself, because you're very good at control. And Moss's flashes a horrible flirtatious grin that makes everyone uncomfortable.
All I am trying to say, Scott, is if at some point that inside voice of yours is no longer a no and it becomes a yes, and you do partake, that by no means will be a closure of yours and my friendship.
Oh, and of course, Scott, nothing will ever take me away from you.
Oh yeah, no, you're family. I mean, you said this is the closest thing you've had to family, and I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like Remy's been my family, you know, for however long. I've denounced most of my blood, but all of you, I think of you as family. I don't know what the titles would be, but you know, I love you and your family. So,
Scott,
Can I check the monkey's paw? See how many fingers it's holding up.
the same amount that it was yesterday.
Perfect.
Also,
Scott opens his arms up, like looking for a group hug.
yes, Scott. The group hug.
Yes,
is coming.
Scott.
Moss like koalas on the front of him.
Mike,
Wait.
Kevin, get in
don't
here.
escape, Dagorno.
Cart, come, Cog.
Oh. Herring.
Onion, herring.
Mike's
snowball.
literally standing with like tools just off to the side, going, "Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and work on this."
Mike, I swear we're super cool people, Mike. This is it every minute of every day for us. I swear.
I'm not saying it is. There's nothing bad. I'm just gonna go back to work.
Right.
And Mike picks up the wheel and starts working on the wheel. A few minutes later, Kevin comes out and sees everyone like kind of like around and talking. And Kevin goes over and starts working on the wheel as well.
I'm gonna go try to help them, but this is more me following the leader than it is me actually crafting. Like,
Are they
I'm trying to aid them exclusively.
Sure.
Are they reinventing the wheel?
No, they're trying.
But
Robin is gonna say
give
to Mike.
guidance, right?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna give
Wow.
Mike guidance.
Wow, GM. Okay.
But that
Get
wasn't.
called out, I
Robin's
guess.
gonna do this
Jeez.
one. Yeah, give guidance. I
It's
get it,
actually
yeah.
really funny. I wasn't even thinking about it, but I will. No, Robin's gonna say to Mike, okay, just do what you can, and whatever's up to the end of the day, I'll just drop my magic on it. If you come to a point where you're like, oh no, this is busted and it's slowing me down, just let me know and I can just poof it back to good a little bit. Do you mind if I go lay in your well? Like in the bucket?
No.
I mean, Robin's like looking around. Are there other is there like a lake around here? It's a farm, so I can't imagine.
He kind of like, they kind of look at you and they're like, what are you trying to do?
I just need to, most honestly, she like leans in. I just need to submerge. I need to be in water.
I mean, we've got a bathtub upstairs in the
A
house.
bathtub? I was in a
Yeah.
bathtub since
Well,
I was 11.
technically, it's not upstairs. Technically, that's a bad way of saying it. It's in the back. It's in the behind the house.
Okay. I mean, would you mind if I used it for just a little bit?
I would prefer if you laid there instead of in the fresh drinking water. To be completely honest with you,
Oh, do not underestimate the healing nature of laying in fresh water, though. Just
I'm
try it.
sure it is healing for you, but I just don't know what happens to all the drinking water afterwards that we drink.
Well, I can, tell you that whole story some other time, but I do need to take a little nap right now. Cool. Anything I should know about the bath? And which way's hot, which way's cold? I don't know how fancy you are.
No, you take a bucket from the well and put it in there. If you want it hot, you gotta turn the furnace on and heat the water.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I can do that. Well, thank you. That's where I'll be if anybody needs me.
I want to approach Scott just for like a second.
Okay.
Hey Scott, I know you were saying that your training and the way that you were brought up to fight and everything was very rough, and I super get that and everything. But at any point, if you wanted to spar or teach me, some stuff or something, you're very strong. You're a very capable fighter, and I am very intrigued. I always like to be a little stronger,
Well, I feel comfortable enough to teach you some of the kinder aspects in which the way I was trained. You have to understand. Have you ever heard of dog fighting or cockfighting before?
Yes, I am familiar. It's very, very, very bad. I thought it was something,
Yeah,
every
no. I'm not trying to explain the pleasantries of it. I'm trying to explain to you, but that's how I was trained. I was kind of put in a cage and I was poked a lot till I got angry.
Oh, okay. I understand.
And then once I let my emotions take over, that's when they would let me out, and that's when they would teach me how to fight when I was angry. I can teach you, but I got to be honest. I don't want to put you in a cage and start hitting you.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't like that either. I think I could get mostly the way there without all of that rage and that anger. And if truly in my life it is a requirement to get to my strongest capabilities by being angry, then I think I'm okay with not being that great of a fighter.
I've been told that there are other ways to go about it than the way I was, but they wanted to do it as quickly as possible. And training takes time and effort, and teaching you how to control your emotions is something that is very, very important. And a lot of people can do it. But when people are in a rush and they're just trying to get you as strong as possible, as quick as possible, they seem to cut a lot of corners. And they don't.
What did they need you for? Was there some sort of end of the world thing that you were trying to prevent?
I'm assuming neither Krug or Moss has told you.
That you're, I don't know. What told me what? This is a fun game, Scott.
Do you remember the day you went out in the forest?
Which forest and what day?
When you discovered all those people about to sacrifice Rose.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, when you said you discovered all those people, that's happened multiple times as well. But yes, we are very okay. They were about to sacrifice Rose. Yes, yeah. ROSE Rose. Yeah, that was when we saw the skeleton. The skeleton that was like, "This is all your fault," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? You're a big skeleton. This is clearly your fault."
Yeah, so those folks were the ones that trained me, and I was supposed to, let's just say, if I were to have done my job that day, Rose wouldn't have been the only one that didn't survive.
They poked you and they made you really angry so that you would get strong enough to fight and kill
anyone that they wanted to kill. I was guarding that night. I saw you and I saw all the quarter Corvids that night. I saw all of those boys out there sneaking up, including yourself. I saw you that day.
I'm not very sneaky, Scott.
No.
That's not a surprise.
But yeah, I decided to not kill you. It's really not a good way of saying it, other than that.
Well, how many years were you the one who was like guarding their camp?
Oh man, I'd been guarding their camp for years.
Wait, so were we the first people to come and disrupt things?
No.
And on the other years, did you do your job?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, that is not the I mean, like it is the way.
No, there's no reason to give excuses. There's no reason to try and make things up. What I did was wrong, and it is the reason why I was the way I was. It's the reason why I made sure I had a drink with me. It's the reason why I was the way I was, is because I was doing things that I shouldn't have done for people who didn't deserve it. I was protecting people that literally held me in a cage and tortured me for years, Remy.
That is what cults do, Scott. I am from one. I know.
But you understand that there's still no excuse for the actions I took.
Oh
I
no,
still
you
willingly-
murdered people.
Yes.
Yeah, and you should feel bad about that the rest of your life, but
And I
you
do.
should also then use the rest of your life to do something good.
What I'm trying to do.
This whole time, Moss has been just standing silently next to Scott, with like a hand on his back in solidarity and comfort. But she's there, says, "Well, Remy, we've murdered many people as well."
I killed bad people. Like I killed people who were killing other people. I killed people who were like I mean, here's the thing, Scott. If like you did track us down that day and you tried to do something and we ended up killing you, I don't think I would feel bad about it.
That's the thing, Remy. From a certain point of view, we could be the bad people.
No.
We could
No,
be.
we're
If
doing the
someone was
good thing though.
Taught that. But if someone was taught that good was bad and bad was good, how do you know?
Well, that's true. We were in the peaceful cities and they turned out to be the bad cities.
Exactly.
Working title. Scott, I'm not going to hold this against you. I mean, like, or anything. I mean, of anyone. I mean, like I said, I grew up in a cult. I know how it works. I know that.
If I thought you were, Remy, I wouldn't have told you.
Oh, okay. Well, at the same time, this will. I need to do some processing. But I mean, like, that's not. People end up getting like pulled into stuff and like taught the wrong way and poked, and it's like, to go back to your dogfighting analogy or your comparison or whatever, not that like I would never ever compare you to a dog. I would never do that to a person. Dogs are wonderful, but they're very different. But I mean, you take a dog, you pull it to the side when it is very young, you poke and prod it, and it only knows anger for like its whole life. I understand fighting for the people who keep you caged up because it's the only life you know. I get it. I just like, I'm glad that you found your way out. I'm glad that you saved everyone. And like, honestly, that is not even the worst thing I've ever heard someone do. And you can definitely, at least I think, come back from that. I mean, there's nothing else, right?
The only other thing that I feel that is important to know is I do plan on killing again.
Okay. Like some zombos or something?
No, I plan on killing the person that did this to me.
Oh. Do you know who it was?
I know their face.
Okay, well, when that time comes, Scott, I know you will probably want to take care of it yourself, but if there's anything that I can do to help you.
Oh, yes,
I'm gonna be honest with you all. I don't think I'll be able to do it by myself.
Okay.
I'll
Then-
be there with my hand fire. Right
I'll
by
be
your
there.
side.
I'll be there with my Lady Jaguar sword.
Well, thank you both.
Okay.
If you do have any more questions, I'm trying to be better and be more of an open book than I have been.
One last question, if it is okay.
Yeah.
So you like suddenly just decided not to kill us? What changed?
It was me, wasn't it?
Yes. Scott says very unconvincingly. There was a lot of reasons. This was the first year that they were going to sacrifice a real person. Like in the past, they always burnt effigies and whatever. That's their thing, whatever. Like, I don't care. But this year, they planned on killing a real person. They honestly believed that her soul was entwined with their leader's soul, and that somehow by killing her it would release him and they would become this all-powerful magical thing. And that didn't sit right with me, and I was contemplating and thinking, and then I saw you guys all there, and I was ready to do my job. It snapped in, and I swung my sword, I swung my hammer, and I stopped. I recognized Krug.
Oh, so it was Krug and not me.
And I noticed a beautiful woman right next to him.
Thank you.
You're talking about Robin, right, my wife?
I noticed two beautiful women next to him and a handsome goblin.
Is that one me, or was there another goblin I'm forgetting?
I'm pretty sure that you're the only goblin.
Okay. Well, great. Sorry, I don't mean to overload you with all of this confessing that you have to do, but I'm glad I know about it. I'm gonna go tell Robin now because I'm pretty sure Robin also doesn't know. So we're going to. I'll go find her in the bath, and we'll discuss. Cool.
All right.
Okay. I do want to say, you're like, oh, this year they were going to actually sacrifice a person, and like, to be fair, doing your job every year, like, effectively they were like sacrificing people every year. But you know what? Whatever.
I mean, well, hold on. To be honest, I didn't kill people every year. I mean, and that's no excuse, but I just want to make it clear that it wasn't every year that people came through, right? It wasn't every year that someone, snuck in or disobeyed the rules. You know what I mean? Like, that's their whole entire goal and objective was to make sure that people didn't go out there, and I was supposed to be the last resort.
Sure.
And yes, it had happened, but it didn't happen every year. I want to say maybe the entirety of me doing that, maybe 3 times.
Okay. I mean, again, like you said, there's no excuse, but that is also, that's an ease on my heart or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not an explanation. It's an understanding of reality. I understand what I did was bad, but there are worse things that I could have done, which is literally kill people every single year. And I don't know. I felt it was important to say.
Well, have you thought for a moment that they might have been right about ROS Heroes? Because there is something weird about her.
Honestly, I never met her. I didn't. Wait. And he starts to rub his head and he's like, wait, I did meet her.
What? When? Why are you just now remembering?
I don't. And he's like, looks very baffled, very confused. I remember meeting her in an alley.
An alley?
Yeah. And I remember dragging her.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You're the one who brought Rose to the council keeper people to sacrifice?
I think I did.
Why are you just now remembering that?
I don't know.
Didn't some other? Well, here, let me pull this out of character. Wasn't there some other like memory stuff with Rose at one point?
It is reasonable that Remy actually be the one to make the connection, because this is very similar to when Robin asked the lizard folk nail salon clerk, I think, about Rose. Am I remembering that right, Jake?
You did.
And Robin definitely, I noted that, and Robin would have told Remy about it. So it is reasonable that they might make that connection. I have that person's name because I liked them. It was Alexander. He was a kobold. Yeah.
Huh. And I'll explain that a little bit, like from what I remember from what Robin told me.
Sure.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I hope our memories aren't wiped or weird about with the few times we've encountered ROS heroes.
I mean, I don't. If it makes you feel any better, I don't think it's related to Rose. I've had fits like this before where I just have a memory that I didn't have before.
Wait.
Sometimes something just snaps and I remember things.
You've never told me this before. Is there something that I can use to tell if he's under any sort of like magical affliction that would cause these memory lapses?
There are means to do that. I'm not 100% sure if you have any abilities to do that.
Would I know if Robin does?
Robin can switch out her spells every single day. So if there is a druidic spell, a primal spell that allows her to do that, then she could do. If not today, she could redo it tomorrow.
Scott, this is something we have to look at. That's not normal. You know that, right?
I mean, I thought maybe it was because of the drinking that I was having this problem, but this seems weirder. This seems different.
It's very weird, and we're going to get someone to look at you. If it's not me, it will be Robin. There's something going on.
I will go talk to Robin, like I said I would. I will also talk to Robin about this. Sorry again. Thanks for all the divulging of information. Again, if you ever need a non-libation intaking buddy, that is me. I will be there. Have a good time. Goodbye. Oh, do you hear my dog Gorno? Dog Gorno, shush. Hold on, I'll come to you. All right.
He's chasing dogs gay around the chicken coop.
And I'm gonna go to Robin.
Cool. Robin had basically gone over to the well, filled up a bucket of water, and gone over to the tub, opened it up, and poured the bucket in. And then, if you're cool with it, Jake, used Ray of Frost to basically chill the water.
Oh, sure.
Do as like cold as I can get it.
Mm-hmm.
The idea being that she's going to lay submerged in it, effectively meditating for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Kind of like getting as close as she can to like shocking her system as a heavy storm might. And basically, just like meditate for 10 minutes. And then at the end of that, when she feels she's like tuned back into nature and into her powers, she's going to try to reach out to Ghost Ray.
Okay. So you start to kind of get this chill throughout your body as this almost like icy bath starts to like cover your body, and it your skin uncontrollably kind of blues a little bit more than it normally does.
Mm-hmm.
And
I look like Remy.
as you do that, you open your eyes and you look up, and it's not the same. It's not the sun that you were looking at, or at least it's not the same sun from the same angle. And the water, it's warm, and the sun is warm. And you kind of lean up to get out of the tub, and you realize that you're in the middle of the ocean.
Robin like looks around, just sees the massive expanse of water, and then dunks her head beneath the surface.
And
From
as you dunk your head in, you open your eyes and you see a face. You see Gozray's face, and she looks at you and goes, "Yes."
Hi, Gozray. Just checking in. It had been a minute. How are things in being the sea?
Well, let's keep it between you and I. Things are going swimmingly.
Have you used that one before? With
Maybe
the other
once or
disciples or
twice.
whatever? That's very funny. Very funny. It I almost let it wash over me, but it really I think you just coast on that one for a while. Have you been like watching have you been keeping eyes on like me and what we're doing? Are you up to date, you know?
I know a lot of things and I understand a lot of things. Whether
Yeah.
or not what's going on with you definitely pertains to what I need to know on that day are here or there.
Oh,
Is there something specific that you wanted to talk about?
yes, sort of, yeah. I don't believe I've asked you about this. You talked to like the other gods a bit, right? Like you've kind of got communications with them.
Well, some of us speak, not all of us.
Some of you, well, of course, relationships are tricky. I understand that. I mean, I don't talk to everyone on this planet. God knows that. Well, I guess you know that. Yeah. Do you, if you know anything about like, I guess there's a god or maybe some assembly of gods that are trying to root out some demons that have like taken hold on our world here.
Possible. I haven't spoken to anyone specifically about that, but if there is a demon, you said demon or god, is that what you said?
Yeah, there's a god that basically has asked my friend, because my friend also has a deity. All my friends do actually. And I was surprised you didn't reach out to any of them. I think they'd really like you, but yeah, one of them asked my friend Moss to hunt down 9 demons, I think. And Robin will try to like recite their names as best she can.
And do exactly what with them? To hunt them down and capture them, hunt them down and kill them?
Send them back out of character. What did we land on? Was it send them back to
So
Back to banishment.
back to banishment? Yeah.
Back to management.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Moss has been told to specifically kill them.
Yeah.
I don't
But
remember
what
what
Robin
you-
knows is- yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
sometimes-
well, if they're being banished back to where they came from,
which was banishment.
Seems it would be good for you. Is that not right?
It is, yeah. No, I'm not saying it's not good. I was just wondering if maybe you heard anything about demon activity or leads on how we might find them. It's okay if you don't. I mostly just wanted to talk to you.
One moment. And she kind of like her face kind of turns into a explosion of bubbles as she disappears, and you're kind of left there floating for a moment, and it feels like you're being picked up out of the ocean and lifted up into the sky as you see the ocean getting smaller and smaller and smaller below you.
So we're flying now. Flying.
And you finally reach up and all of a sudden clouds start to cover your vision and you are kind of placed upright and you're now in a cloud.
Oh, this is cool. I mean, of course, but clouds are basically water. Like when there's like fog on the ground, it's just a low cloud, and it's all water.
I am aware of this.
Oh, Gaudsray. So sorry. Hello. Good to see you.
You speak of demons. I hate demons.
Oh yeah, no, me too. The worst. I'm supposed to send some back to banishment. I don't suppose you know anything about that, Gaudsray. You.
No,
big guy.
I don't know anything about that, but there's a friend of mine that you can talk to about. Old Deadeye is what we call him.
Oh, Deadeye, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will send you a message when I have the chance. I'll send you a message and tell you to go into the forest. There'll be a man, a very strong man. But he won't be normal. No, not normal like you. He'll have the head of a deer.
Oh, cool. The body of a what?
Human.
Wow. Does he have horns?
Yes.
That's cool. Is that like, you said he's a friend. Okay, was he always like that? Or did you like make him like that with like god powers? And if so, is that a thing that you can still do?
I cannot do that. No, he himself is a god as well.
Another god? Wait, that walks among us? Down on the earth?
Yes.
Wait, are there more like him? Is Moss a god?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, it would explain a lot, but that's... if I find out otherwise, I'll let you know. Okay, Deadeye. And I'll wait for your message. That's great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you'll notice there'll be a heavy rain while you're out in the forest. And you'll notice that the rain will not fall on you, and it will lead you down a path. Go down the path of where it doesn't rain, all right?
Okay, the path
And
where
then
it's...
behind you, you hear the same bubbly voice behind from earlier. Yes, I'm going to make it rain, and I will show you the direction you need to go to meet him. He likes to hang out in the trees and in the forest, and he enjoys basking in the fruits of his labor, hunting and finding those who disregard nature.
Oh, that sounds like my kind of guy. What kind of gifts does he like? That's the last thing I need to know. What kind of gifts does he like?
Well, he very much enjoys the hard work and labor of those people who understand the delicate balance of the forest. Wait,
that's-
hold on. You want to bring him a gift, and yet we get what? We give you the power to control water, and yet you want to give him a gift? Oh, be quiet. She's just trying to be polite.
Well, here's the thing. I'm working on a gift for you, actually. It's just I haven't been able to really eyeball your sizes. So it's hard to know how big to make it.
As big as the ocean, sweetheart. As big as the ocean. Unless you've got something to say, I think you hear something, and you hear Remy's voice going, "Babe,
Why?
why?"
And yeah, Robin says this has all been like she's just like been speaking within the world or her brain or whatever, and then she says out loud, "I did want to say thank you for the cloak."
And leans in and goes and puts her hands on each side of your face and goes, "Time to go back." And she kind of like leans back and then like headbutts you almost. But as she does that, you fly up from the pool and you are cold as hell.
If I could just like add flavor, like as she like sits up, she like kind of creates like a breeze against her cloak that she's hung up, and then a bunch of the water like almost like magically kind of like shoots up with her out of the tub.
Yeah.
Hey, babe, you can come in if you
No thanks, that looks horrible.
It's mostly drained now.
Okay.
Do you mind putting my cloak on me?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll grab the cloak. I'll put it around you. So, okay, I've got this information I need to tell you. It's all about. It's pretty heavy. So just so you know, are you ready for that?
I think so. Yeah. It might look like I'm laughing, but I'm shittering.
Okay, and then I say everything.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's apparently that's Scott's whole backstory.
Wow. I appreciate so much, babe. I mean, you know me for a while, so it must be part of it. But like, you took exactly as much time as I needed to just like really warm up, come back down for that story. That means a lot.
So do you have something that can like recall some sort of memory or something?
I mean, not really. Like I tried to check out my friend Alexander, right? And I couldn't get a great read on him. I can like check if there's magic affecting him. I can see if he's got certain kinds of conditions or whatever. But
no, I don't think that's going to cut it.
Yeah, I don't have a like restore memory right or anything.
What if one of the knick-knack potions is restore memory?
There's only one way to find out.
We have to drink them all.
We got to drink all of them, babe.
Right now.
We got to get started.
I think this is a good time to take a break. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. So we'll be back at 6:06. So see you then.
Cool.
Well, I'm not saying that we spent the entire break going over all of the new APG stuff, but
We did. Did not.
We can't even say there's new APG stuff actually. so-
What's an APG? Is that like an
It's
RPG, like a role playing game?
Role-playing game. Yeah,
It's
there's one
a-
that everyone can play.
it's a
Dog shit, you
action
mind?
precise game.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's a pretty good.
All right.
Sorry, we're not trying to be mean. I mean, we are trying to be mean, but we're not trying to be that mean.
Oh, I agree. I'll
I-
hail Gozray. I'm gonna roll a Gozray check.
Okay, roll a Gozray check. We did talk a little bit between. You wanted to make some rolls, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Yeah, I do actually want to roll a. We can call it a Gozray check, but I want to roll a religion. Actually, no, it's a Deadeye check. I'm rolling a knowledge religion on what I might know about the deity Deadeye, and that is a 9. But it's probably +1. Hold on a second.
Oh, so you might get a 10.
Might get a 10. That's true.
There we go.
Hold on.
It's a big numbers in Pathfinder.
Religion.
I mean,
okay.
I'm pretty sure your wisdom's higher than that. So
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
got?
13.
13. You know the very basics. You know that his nickname is Old Deadeye, which you have learned. You know that this is the only thing you know. He is a lawful good god of family, farming, hunting, and trade.
Do I know of any symbols associated with him?
Not with a 13, no.
Cool. So Remy, I think we should go talk to the farmers about the farm god. And I mean, I want to check it on Scott, of course, too. But I have. I mean, I got something that might work for figuring out what's going on with him.
Well,
but-
one of the farmers, Mike, Jaguar,
Mike's working on the wagon.
Jaguar. Which one of
Yeah.
them?
Yes.
Yes. The Mike. Mike. He. I don't think he would know about the deity that you're talking about because Mike also
Oh, of course,
follows
yeah.
Kazutal.
Although they might know other. Is that her name?
I don't know. I just said the word.
Can I roll?
Is that even close?
Roll. I'm not. Before I say anything, I want. Kazutal is pretty close.
I nailed it.
Wait, yeah, that's what it is.
You know what? You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say, since I've been so wrong about saying different things, I'm gonna say sure.
Well, maybe it's Kazutal or something. I don't know. It's K-A.
It's Castle.
Yeah,
It's
whatever.
Castle.
It's Castle.
I think it's mutagen. Pretty sure it's mutagen.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I love Krug when you asked Krug, you're just like, what is a, or was that William? What is
No,
a
that
mutant?
was
Krug. Yeah,
Krug.
what is a mutinogen?
The reason why Karug, the player, was doing that is because the video that we just did for Targus, I said mutinogen over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone in the comments are like, "You're saying it wrong," and I'm like, you know what? That's how you say it. Same with Tiefling. So
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Snap.
When you say tiefling as tiefling, I'm like, that's not how I would ever say it, but I have no problem with it.
Tiefling.
I
I'm
honestly
like,
don't.
that makes sense to me.
I don't even know what I say naturally for that anymore. I really wouldn't know what I said naturally. If you asked me what is correct, I'd be like, I don't remember.
Wait, someone said sigil. Is that like instead of sigil? Or
But sigil is sigils. Come on.
okay,
now.
hold on.
Shit.
Someone in the chat phonetically spell out Kazutal for me. That would be great.
That'd be nice.
Really?
All right. What is? I don't know what's happening right now, but all right. Well, while they're talking and doing whatever's happening, Moss, what would you like to do? You're with Scott out by the barn as they're fixing the caravan.
I don't know what I want to do. There's not a lot to do. Moss isn't the type to do much. She would probably go take a nap.
All right. Krug, what are you going to do for the day?
I mean, I don't know how effective. Like while they've been having these conversations, I've basically just been trying to help them. Am I being helpful, or am I just in the way?
Do you have any ranks in crafting whatsoever?
No, but my crafting is literally 0.
Then just roll me a d20 and let me see.
Okay. What about 12?
12? Yeah. I mean,
the most average untrained check ever.
You're not slowing them down, but they're like, wrench. And you're like, wrench. Yes, wrench.
Right, wrench. Okay, if it turns out that I'm that bad at it,
I mean, you're assisting, but you're not
okay.
Yeah, you're assisting, but it's not like your assistance is not going to make it go by significantly faster. It's probably more of like a moral assistance, the fact that they're not out there working by themselves on this.
Right.
You know? So it's like chit chat and some chatter mixed with, oh, hand me the torque wrench. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like stuff like that.
That was my goal. I just don't want like them, oh, thanks for letting us stay in your house while we were under attack by evil monsters. And also, by the way, fix our cart. And I'm going to be over on the couch. So that just seemed like silly to me. So I'm going to keep helping them then if it's not causing them any grief.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not.
If you're cool with it, Jake, I would like to I kind of also want to be like hanging out and helping and using my hands more, but I want to roll a crafting check less to like physically help them because I don't think I really know how to repair a wagon. But I'm hoping.
I thought you and Remy were gonna go find Scott and figure out what was wrong.
Oh, sure. Yeah, okay.
Is that what you want to do?
I mean, I want to do both of those things.
Sure.
Either would take all day. I do have crafting, and what I want to do is I want to watch their process and try to learn how I can fix this in the future if we need to.
So I would say that you will probably be able to successfully accomplish one of those two tasks. I will say that they're both possible, but you won't be able to like have an advantage on future checks. You will be able to assist them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it might be able to be done first thing in the morning instead of like halfway through the day.
That I can do with a spell, but
yeah. So yeah, because it's probably going to take some time to figure out what's going on with Scott, right?
Sure.
Like not just figure it out, but like figure out what it is. So you
Sure.
let me know if that's what you would like to try.
I'll do that, and I'll just make sure that that Mike can remember that I have the mending spell for whenever they get to a point where I can use it, basically.
Okay.
So I know you're saying that the damage on the wagon is not really something that mending can fix, but I can fix parts of it. So.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So you want to prep your spells? Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. It just that sneeze caught me off guard.
Awesome. All right, so Robin and Scott and Moss are all together. Remy, you can choose to be there or not.
I won't.
Moss
Do
is.
you want to know where else I am?
Moss is lounging on like a straw bale. She's drinking through a straw and watching everybody work.
Scott's just kind of a little confused, trying to figure out why he didn't remember meeting Rose. And
Scott, if I could, Remy told me about your sort of memory situation, and I think they said that they mentioned to you, but I met someone who seemed to have a very similar reaction when I asked them if they had met Rose.
mm-hmm.
This was someone in I want to say Callendale. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that out of character. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, Callendale. Yeah. Do you mind if I cast a spell on you? I don't even know if you'll feel it, honestly.
Yeah, go for it.
And Robin, yeah, just like puts her hands on his forehead, so he has to lean down so she can do that. And she says, "Just let me know where you are and how you're doing," and cast status on him. And for 1 day, as long as you and the target are on the same plane of existence and both alive, you remain aware of its present state. You know the target's direction from you, distance from you, and any conditions affecting it. And
So as you do that, you know exactly where he is. You know that information. But the information that you're getting as for his status is kind of this it's not like a readout, right? It's not like a chart that you read and it says, oh, Scott is 10.2 meters to this direction, right? It's more of a feeling, it's more of an emotion that you're
I imagine
getting.
that I experienced what he is
Yeah,
undergoing.
in like lesser manner, right? So it's not like overwhelming. When you try to focus on anything that could be affecting him, it feels similar to when you're in the ocean, right? It's up, it's down, it's quick, it's fast, it's slow. It's just kind of like all over the place, and you're just kind of like, it's confusing. It's a strange feeling because there's nothing directly wrong with him, but there's definitely something there that isn't right.
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense?
Sure.
Roll me an Arcana. Yeah. Roll me an Arcana.
College Arcana?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, hey, that's a 20.
Nice.
Plus 2.
22. That's
Yeah.
22 still great. You kind of start to dig deep into it and start to really think about it. And you're starting to think about memory and how memory affects people, and you start to realize that like some spells will change your information or your knowledge about a situation. So for example, the illusionary spell of the cornfield being full of corn, right? That would change someone's perspective or idea about it if they'd never found out that it wasn't a field of corn, right?
Sure.
And when specifically thinking about Rose and the two situations of people, it's very possible that whatever magic that she uses is illusionary in its basis, and that it could be changing people's perspective of what reality is, of what really is there, right? So in this specific situation, it might have been the fact that he was sent out to go find Rose, but Rose may have changed into someone else or into something else. And that's what you start to think about. But that wouldn't, if that were the case in this situation, then it wouldn't have hit him like lightning. He would have just said, I met Rose, she changed into something, and I took her back. There's something bigger here. There's something there that is affecting Scott's memory and blocking certain memories. And different things snap him into this reality and understanding of what's going on. And you're not quite sure what spell that is.
Okay. But I do feel like it is a spell that was
It feels like it is multiple spells that were used at different times.
Okay.
Right? So it's not like a permanent spell that exists on Scott now. It is a spell that was used at a specific time for him to maybe remember something. And so since he didn't remember that, it's not a permanent effect. He just doesn't remember that specific moment.
So Robin has done some practice in the past with dispelling magical effects and spells. Does she feel like if she could identify what magic affected him in the first place, she could undo the current effects of them now?
It's very possible.
Okay. Moss, not to take you from your tea, but do you happen to have like a spell book around?
Do I have a spell book? Or yeah,
Moss doesn't carry a spell book. All of her magic is within inside of her.
Yeah, but I would have one probably in the caravan, just cause.
Sure.
So, yeah. I mean, it's okay to take me away right now. I mean, you are working on my boyfriend's weird memory issues. So just a moment. And she leaps into the caravan, and you hear a bunch of like comical clattering about from inside.
Bunch of folly.
Yeah, she reappears with a spell book and tosses it at Robin.
Cool. Robin takes it and says, Scott, I should let you know, I don't really know yet quite what's going on with you, but I can tell you are muddied. There's something going on, you know, in your mind and your consciousness with your memory that is basically kind of blocking you from the truth or altering your perception of what happened, right? I mean, that seems to track with what you're experiencing. I don't know what. It's possible, though I cannot, of course, promise that maybe something in here will help me, but I'm going to try to figure out what spells were cast on you. If you could, in the time, maybe just like try to, I hate to ask this, but relive parts of that day and see if you can remember like maybe words that she said to you or gestures she did. I don't know if you've noticed when we do our magic stuff, we say things, we move our hands in certain ways, or sometimes maybe she had a certain kind of leaf or, you know, a crumb of a specific cookie.
What I remember of that day before recently, right? Before today, the only thing I remember of that day was getting up, prepping for the day, and then seeing all of you out in the forest. That's all I remembered before this.
Right.
Now I remember going out, getting her, tying her up, putting her in a coffin, closing the coffin.
Oh god, you got really far.
And then seeing all of you out in the forest and realizing that I was doing something wrong.
And then
I opened the coffin, let her out, and released some zombies.
wait. And that's all of it.
Yeah, for that day.
Okay.
This should be the first time you're hearing about the zombies. By the way.
Did you say release some zombies?
Yeah.
Wait, like the zombos?
Like 2 of them. Yes.
Right. 2 was all I could have taken. We were a lot weaker back then. Well, I hate to tell you, Scott, but we
released the
killed your zombie
zombies.
friends.
No. I released the zombies to cause a distraction so I could get Rose out of there.
Oh, cool. Smart. Very heroic, honestly, actually. Wow, okay. That was you. I suppose, you know, I was here thinking, you know, oh, who made the zombies? And for a moment, I was like, wait, is Scott tied into the zombies? But no, that makes
some of the people that came to that event keep zombies with them around them, and since they weren't allowed to be a part of the actual ceremony, they got tied up in the back, and were told, and that was part of my rounds was to check on them.
God, the zombies.
And I needed a distraction, so I released them, and then I got Rose out of there, and then hell broke loose.
Yeah,
Because they saw you guys, and I did need to make a distraction after all, because you all made a distraction.
we were quite a distraction. It was not our intention, honestly. We just actually, it's funny. I don't know if we really like made this clear, but or maybe it's not funny, but we were really only in the woods because we heard a woman who I think we presumed to be Rose being pulled away in the alley and towards the woods. So, I mean, I don't know. It's I hate to look at it this way, I guess, but the horrible deeds that you were forced to commit, which I'm so sorry about, did sort of bring us together.
Cool.
Anyway, just think about details, you know, the words that sounded weird or hand things or her book or her nails, any little details that might come out. I'm gonna look through this book and just hope I find something, but I'll be close by.
Okay, sounds good. So, unless anyone has anything specific they want to do for the rest of the night, we can fast forward to the next day.
Yeah, I think I would just spend the rest of the day, most of the rest of the day reading the book, and then at some point casting Mending on the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this whole
So-
time, can I be like trying to, I want to unlearn the frog language, and I want to learn a new language,
Sure.
but I don't know what language to
Learn
decide.
Scarecrow.
You learn that language.
Yeah.
Is this something that you would have told the rest of the group that you were trying to do?
Yeah, definitely. I think because in some like in between, I think I like it finally occurred to me that the frog language, like picking that up, like someone else probably pointed it out to me and was like, it was like right when you got the sword and everything. It's just like, oh yeah. So I've been like trying to be like, okay, sword, teach me a new language. And I did pick up 2 new languages, I think, as well, on top of all of that. And then, but I can release a language and then learn a new one.
Correct.
If I
Yeah, if you want to release that language and then choose the language you want to gain, let me know when you're ready to tell me what language you gain. And it could be something that happens spontaneous as the environment around you changes and you learn, oh crap, I need to learn this.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
you can do it like in the moment?
No,
Well,
so in the book, it tells you have to spend a week of downtime unlearning a language, right?
Oh, okay.
And then you need to spend some downtime learning a language. But I think that's silly. So I'm still going to make that it's a downtime requirement to lose the language, but you can gain the language once you've decided that's the language you want to learn. Because I think
Seems
that's
fair to me.
I think that's more of a fun storytelling method because I like those, as you'll find out in our APG. Sorry.
Like
I'm with it.
Real spoilers here.
But yeah, I think making it more cinematic in the fact that you're in a situation where you need to know a language and you learning that language, but then being stuck with that language until you have the opportunity to spend a week of downtime. So having to be very strategic with it is more fun.
Yeah, and just so everyone knows, the sword also gave me like 2 new permanent languages.
Yeah, what all do you know right now?
Yeah, well, I know Common, Goblin, Elven, and Gnomish, so I can like speak everybody's.
That's exactly what I speak.
Language.
That's not surprising.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then I can just learn another one. But anyway, so yeah, I want to spend my downtime unlearning frog. whatever that language is called.
Yeah. And I imagine you spent some of the downtime in between to do that.
Trying to make frog wrong until you forget how to do it.
Yeah. So the night goes on, the morning starts up very similar to the night before, except for Mike is by himself, as Kevin is then bringing the caravan from the barn up to the front with its brand new repaired wheel, and they get Snowball all latched up and set properly. Herring been spending the entire time still sleeping inside the caravan because that's really the only place that Herring feels comfortable sleeping. And so all of you are up the next morning. Is there anything you want to do specifically before you head out for the day?
I would like to know how far I got through the spell book, and maybe I need to roll to like dig for the information in that.
So Moss's spell book isn't all that in depth since she hasn't had the need to gather spells and write them down. This is probably a book that she either bought like a long time ago or someone traded for it. So let's say that there is a D12 worth of spells in there. Let me find my D12, of course. So there are 6 spells in there.
Okay.
And you're able to go through all of them. A lot of them are very simple, mending, which you already know, a light spell. Most of them are cantrips. And then there's a first level spell in there as well. But none of those spells in there are going to help you towards Scott. And you discover that pretty quickly. And the reason you discover that pretty quickly is because the fact that you know that whatever spell is affecting Scott is a high level spell.
Yeah.
And once you see that there are no high level spells in here, you kind of just end up just reading it out of pure curiosity instead of yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think Robin just like I think she comes in from her morning like focusing, just like kind of finishing the book, and handing it back to Moss. Thank you so much, Moss. It helped a lot, but got us pretty much nowhere. But that's no fault of anyone's. It's just a book is a book. It's what it does. D12 so underused. I mean, yeah, Kevin, Mike, unless you've got some magic wizard books hiding somewhere, I think it's about time for us to get out of your hair, unfortunately.
We are not a very magical group. We tend to lead towards using our own hands.
Did I? Did I? I meant to ask yesterday. Did I?
Did you what?
Did I? No. Did I? Did I? Babe. Did you?
Dead Eye.
You know Dead Eye.
Dead Eye.
Do you know the
Like
deity?
murdered eyeball.
Dead Eye.
Oh, Dead Eye. I thought you said Did I?
No.
Dead Eye. It sounds like a cool bounty hunter name, or like an assassin.
It does sound
It
like
really
a cool
does.
bounty on
It
their
does.
name.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, listen.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
No, I just thought that you might. Listen, honestly, we've got about 7 shitholes with our feet in them, and I don't really want to drag you into any more than we already have. It's not necessarily important. You've been an amazing help. I hope we've been good guests. And she like wide eyes all of her family members here. We did our best. We really appreciate you letting us stay here.
Honestly, it's been wonderful having all of you here. Please do not hesitate if you're in the area to come and stop by again. We would love to have you all again, and clearly I would be willing to fight by your sides again one day. And Remy, I hear you like sparring. Maybe one day we can spar.
Oh yes, I will fight both of you. It's not at the same time. That is unfair. Like,
you could probably still win.
well, I don't know. I saw them. I saw them in
You're
action.
very powerful.
I want to say something about what you said yesterday, which is how we saved you from danger.
Yeah,
You would not have been in danger if we were not here, friends. So I want you to know
you don't know that. You don't know what happened.
Favors are stacked on us. So yeah, in the
We still owe
future,
you one.
if something comes up, we always. Oh, also, there's a zombie plague, like sort of, sweeping the nation.
If you haven't heard, it's really
If you haven't heard about it,
We haven't heard about a plague, but we have seen quite a few come through. We usually just take care of them ourselves.
yeah.
Be ready for a lot more.
If you ever feel like you are overrun, and since you are out here on your own, I would, might I suggest like moving to a city or something. Like you can still keep the farmhouse, but until after the zombos are taken care of, which is what we are doing.
The scarecrows, honestly, we can't be sure that they're not coming back.
So all I'm going to say is, there's this really nice place that we were just at, Kellendale.
Oh, Kellendale, yeah.
If you're ever interested in like going somewhere, like you can keep this as like a farm home for like the summers or something. But being around a populace right now, though, could be dangerous because the more people who get bitten will become zombos themselves. But out here, you are alone, and it's just hard to deal. You know what? Weigh your options.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, safety in numbers. Well, that's what they say. Yeah, maybe we'll think about it.
Keep the farm home, though. I do want to come back. I want some bacon. I want to have a good time with all of you, and I really appreciate it.
And Scott goes, oh, wait. I actually have something for you. And Scott runs out to the caravan. And he opens up one of the secret drawers, and you see him start to rummage through it. And he comes back, and he's holding something very, very familiar that all of you look at and are very confused that he has. He hands over a small metallic box with lips on it.
Oh,
good. I was hoping. Where did you? I don't know how you. Well, your friends.
Does our kissy box connect to their kissy box?
Box.
you don't have to kiss the box. You can just put it on your palm. Just throwing
You
that
put
out
your
there.
lips on it and you get it a big smooch.
Yeah, no, Arturo actually gave me a couple of them, and
A couple of them.
Yeah. I'm supposed to give you each one.
how long were you supposed to have given us each one? This could have been. I mean, I'm not mad at you, but this could have been very handy.
I mean, we just started like going out again just recently. I mean, we've kind of been on a trail. It just didn't click with me. All right. But yeah, I've got a few of them. They're not activated though. Hold on. He told me how to activate them.
Kiss it.
Kiss them.
No.
Yes, you kiss it. You kiss
With
it.
a little tongue.
He opens it up, and when he opens this one up, you can see that there is a weird like crystals and like weird like what seems to be like almost like metal rope touching each of the crystals inside of it. And he goes, hold on. And
Scott, please don't blow us up. Please
he
don't.
spins one of them, and then there's like a little tiny switch that he flips, and he closes it, and he goes, check. And who has the other box?
Krug.
Yeah, it's
silly.
usually
It's me.
Krug,
Yeah.
from your butt, you feel a vibration.
Oh, Scott, that's not. And I don't know. I don't know how to answer it, Scott. How do you? I've only ever made a.
As soon as you touch it,
Put it up. Oh, okay.
No, as soon as you touch it, it literally you can start to hear like what sounds to be feedback as it starts to loop on each other.
Oh, how do I
And
turn
he's
it
like,
off?
you're like,
There
all
we
right,
go.
all right,
All
all right. So the thing that Arturo told me is that these ones that I have only connect to that one, right? And the one that you have, Krug, goes to all of them and Arturo.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
so
So
they are
there
like
can't be any of
retro-
that.
Boxes.
Yeah.
Does
So that one's
Arturo
still
give-
super special. So you still gotta like be super safe with that one.
Right.
Gotcha. I'm gonna label this one somehow. You know what? We'll talk about that later.
Are we able to turn this one off? Because you just turned that one on, right?
Turn which one off?
The one that we've had. Are we able to turn that off? Like that one you just had was off and you turned it on?
Yeah, I just basically gave
love
it
the
power. I think we can like remove the power from it. Why?
I mean, if we ever need it, if we're ever going somewhere, I can't imagine why. I cannot imagine a circumstance, but just it's good to know what your tools can do.
Well, if we're trying to be really stealthy, we don't want it to like go off and like all of a sudden hear Arturo's voice or
That's true.
something.
It's fun. Yeah, when it like went up in Crew's pocket, when like a kind of sound, and like that could give us away.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never done it before, and Arturo only showed me how to activate them. So
Wait, so are Kevin and Mike getting some?
Kevin and Mike get one.
Well, as soon as we leave,
Get one, and they can talk to us.
Correct.
And we can talk
Hell
to them.
yeah.
presumably.
There we go. Okay, Kevin and Mike, I hope you enjoy having an everyday phone call because that's whatever that means.
call anytime. And if we left anything, if you're thinking something you need before we're too far away, just let us know. We'd be happy to come and help.
Kevin and Mike are looking at this and looking at all of you. Are you sure you want us to have this? Like after Remy's like expect for daily calls, like, but they jokingly say that and they're like, well, thank you so much, and we'll let you know if we end up moving or not.
Okay,
That's good to
again,
know.
like you keep the farmhouse,
You don't
for
do that.
for
The
like
place is
getaway.
wonderful.
It's so nice.
Your bath was so nice. I was able to make it so cold.
You have free admission to every single one of my shows for the rest of my life, which will be long and fruitful.
Mine will be short and like a firecracker.
We should go.
Yeah. That was Scott. And Scott says his thanks one more time, and Mike and Kevin both say thank you again as you all walk out to the caravan, get all set up. Herring runs over and sits right next to Moss, as Herring has kind of missed Moss the last couple days.
Hello, my dear.
And you all set off in the direction that you all previously knew that you were going to head towards.
As soon as we get in the caravan and start going, I want to go like, oh, Krug, can I have the box? Can I have the kissy box?
Yeah, but only because I know exactly what you're gonna do with it. I give him the kissing box.
And I like kiss it to it, and I'm like, hello, calling Kevin and Mike. So I just thought you might want to know we have started to drive away.
You're literally saying this into the box, and as you're speaking, you hear hello as they have just picked up their end of it.
So really, and that's all I wanted to. Oh wait, hello, are you here now?
Yes. Hello.
Or did
Hello?
you miss everything I just said?
Uh,
Hey, Robin, look,
Yeah.
okay, it's Kevin
It's
and
Kevin
Mike.
and Mike. Oh,
Hi.
hi, Kevin and Mike. It's Robin. It's Robin.
And we do that.
so you all head off for the evening, and as you're traveling along, you do not encounter any sort of issues throughout the day. Krug, I imagine, staying very vigilant, looking out to kind of scared of scarecrows as they might show up at any moment.
Mhm.
You all continue to travel until it gets night, but as you travel, you get closer to what seems to be something close to civilization. You arrive to what seems to be a city.
Do we know which one it would be?
I have a
Um,
guess. Plainsgate. No, I don't remember what the city is.
No. You arrive to a small city. There's no sort of sign or anything on the outskirts of the town like you would see nowadays with like a population X. And you start to come into the town, and it seems to be a very lovely, pleasant town. Many folks walking throughout the city, even though it's kind of getting dark. People are starting to finish up their day, packing up, getting their things put away. Where would you all like to go or do once you've entered the city?
Wait, the Kevin and Mike, they told me about this person that they wanted me to meet. Like one of them told me. Mike told me.
Yes,
I
Mia.
The city. What'd you say?
Mia, but Mia is basically on the other side of where you're going. So basically, once you've reached the location for the true religion, past them is where Mia is.
Cool.
Does this city, and let me know if I need to roll maybe a society or perception or something, but does it seem like this city might have a resident wizard or a magic shop or something? I'm on the lookout for people who know high-level spells.
I'm
Roll
looking
a
for
society.
something similar, by the way. If you would like me to
Okay.
either aid or like roll concurrently.
Yeah, depending on what are you looking for, Krug?
I'm looking for a place to buy magic items.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you can either assist each other depending on whoever has the higher roll, or you can ask Moss to do it.
What is the roll going to be for this?
Society.
Society. Moss should probably roll that, and I'll give her a guidance.
Oh, I've done many studies. I'm sure that I can figure this out quite easily. Let's
And
see.
you'll have +1 to whatever you roll.
Yes.
Maybe you could help too, Remy. Is there like a place to buy
Oh,
stuff
you've been
that
talking about
you know
magic.
what I mean with the?
Sorry, what with the underworld?
I mean, yeah.
24.
A 24, so a total of 25 with the assist from Robin.
No, it's 24 with the assist.
Oh, 24 with the assist. My bad. You are like, oh yeah, this town definitely is large enough to hold at least a single magic person. Like, there's got to be one. And you, in fact, see that there is a place called the Cauldron.
Is it a shop or a tavern?
Yes, it's a shop.
Okay. I suppose I'll go in, but then after we go in here, we need to go to the tavern, as that is where it is all happening. And, I should do a little bit of a performance as a treat to the townsfolk. And also, I feel like we need to be gathering some information about the demons.
I mean, if you want to go to the tavern now, I could go in the shop with Krug. I think it'd be fine.
We are also still on the run from the skeletons.
I'm
and
very intrigued by
Oh
this.
my god, I forgot about them.
yeah, so we're on the run from the skeletons and also the oh no,
The scarecrows and the zombies. And the
who's the
demons.
one who is like taking care of the scarecrows, or like the one who was making them?
Oh, yeah.
Fizz?
Fizzle.
Yeah, something like that.
Something
Fizzbang?
like that. So we are on the run from Fizzle. We are on the run from the skeletons, and they're like Queen.
I think
Or something?
Okay, here's my theory. I think the skeletons are connected to the zombies because remember necromancy, babe.
Well, no,
Necromancy.
I'm sure
I
they
think-
are.
So it's probably the same place. So what I'm getting at is we might want to be looking for leads for anyone who knows about where we might find a necromancer. If they're near here, we should know. And also Fizzle, if there's anyone.
Yeah, Fizzle,
heard that
and also
description.
the demon stuff as well. That is, we should get information on that. But the reason I was bringing it up is because we can't just go around asking these, pressing questions of anyone. We need to be careful because someone could be an informant or something.
I can ask anything at any time because I am Moss the Magnificent and no one dare question me.
Well, it's
Moss,
not about questioning you, Moss. It is about, learning that you are Moss the Magnificent and knowing that, the skeleton lady is like after Moss the Magnificent, and then suddenly we are surrounded by skeletons and zombos and we all die.
Just think, Moss. Think about the price that must be put on your head right now, and think about what these people would do for that much money.
You're so famous and worth so much money, probably for some sort of bounty from the skeleton lady. You are just like impenetrably, unbelievably wanted by everyone.
Oh,
So
wow.
we just have to
You
be careful.
shouldn't say such things, Remy. Stop it, but don't really stop.
I am concerned because you are so desirable.
Oh, I know. Okay, well, if you put it that way, I suppose I should have some discretion. But if I'm not famous, everyone knows I'm here already.
We should all be in disguise.
Yeah.
I will be Ram E.
Do you think I look like this to be in disguise?
Well, and Scott kind of butts in. Well, Moss, if you're looking for something, you and I can just go to the tavern now and let Remy and Kruga head off to the Cauldron.
Do you think I need to be in disguise in the tavern? Does that mean I cannot perform?
You can perform. You can be like your name is Moss now. You can be Haas.
Or Mouse.
Oh, God.
Why
That's-
don't you treat the whole outing like one big performance? Just perform as if you were somebody else,
Oh.
Don't be Moss when you're in the tavern. Be a character of your own design.
Oh, method acting.
Exactly.
Undercover
Oh,
theater,
okay.
Moss.
Undercover theater. The world is your stage, Haas the Magnificent. Yes.
Oh, don't call me a hag.
No, sorry. I was trying to. You know what? I'm not a performer. I can't come up with these other.
But you can go shopping with me, your wife and fiance.
Wasn't I going to go to the Cauldron place with Krug?
That's the shopping place.
That's the shop we're going. I mean, that's where I'm going.
I shall be called Fern the villain.
fantastical.
The Fabulous.
Yes, Fern the Fabulous. I'm Fern the Fabulous.
That's the best name I've ever heard. I love it.
No,
Next to
no,
Moss the Magnificent.
Magnificent. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so Krug and Remy, I believe you're going to go to the Cauldron.
All right, I want to put on a cloak and I want to look not like myself.
Okay.
I'm going to take this disguise thing seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Moss-
believe that is a performance check.
You
I'm gonna do the same thing.
have no
I think-
idea how good I am at
I
performance.
could be super wrong with that.
I
Moss-
I feel like it might be deception though.
No, it's performance.
Oh.
Shut up.
Yeah, it could be deception.
No,
I
stop
don't
it.
know.
Oh wait, that's right. I took a new thing. I'm the same in both.
It's deception. Yeah.
Okay,
Deception makes
deception.
sense.
Okay. And I'm going to.
Good, right?
I think I'm going. Yeah, I'm just going to aid in this. I'm going to physically alter my form,
Okay.
which I don't think Krug or Moss has seen Robin do before. But basically, when I do wild shape now, I can also take the shapes in humanoid form. So I'm going to make myself appear as a goblin. And I'm gonna look like a goblin that looks as much like Remy as I can. I can just like change my features generally. I can't look like a specific person. But yeah.
I'm trying to change my appearance. Why are you trying to look like me?
Why don't literally look like you? I mean, are you still gonna be a goblin or are you changing?
Well,
you
I can't really do anything about my ears. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
So here's what I'm thinking, okay? We'll just tell them I'm your sister, okay? Because if they think, oh, here's someone and their sister, they're not gonna think, oh, it's that married goblin and gnome, because we're sisters. How could we be married?
yes.
Instead of doing a deception check to change my appearance, can I instead just stealth to my destination and then be open about my appearance while I'm there?
Sure.
You're gonna get us in a lot of trouble, Krug.
I think it'll be fine.
Moss is gonna enchant herself to have green hair, and she basically just looks like Moss, except if Moss got a green makeover.
Some green
Cool.
dew.
Mhm.
All right, so everyone roll your rolls.
23.
I don't.
27.
Do I need to roll performance
Deception.
deception? Okay.
Is my roll like? Am I still rolling if I am physically changing?
Yes.
Okay. And that is. I think that's 19. It might be 20. Hold on. It is exactly 20.
Okay, cool.
Mine-
So, yes,
Mine is-
Moss?
non-natural 22.
Nice. So, I believe Scott and Moss are heading to what they perceive to be some sort of tavern, while Remy, Robin, and Krug are going to the Cauldron. Is that
Yeah.
correct? So you get to the Cauldron, and the Cauldron is it's kind of a drab exterior with a hanging sign that looks like a cauldron that says Cauldron on it. But as soon as you open the door, the room seems like it's just bustling with music. Just like this kind of like low like musical instrument playing, but it's night and day. You can't hear it outside. And you walk inside and you hear, "Oh, hello. How may I help you?"
Oh my god, it is lovely in here. Sorry.
Oh my god, it's lovely in here.
Sure does, sis. Yeah, it's very rubbling over. Is this okay for the disguise?
Oh yeah.
Actually? Yeah, we just we're tourists coming through. You looking at a very nice shop. No idea what it looked like inside.
Yeah, it's bustling in here.
You all seem like adventurers. Come in, please. Krug, are you going to come
I
in?
wouldn't say we're adventurers
Yes.
per
Hey.
se.
Just simple people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, if you're not adventurers, I can help you with boils or some sort of something to help your stomach or
Oh no, we want magic items, but just because we're elitist and we want.
I'm in school.
We're in school.
We're sisters and we're in school together and we're doing a report on magic. And we heard,
okay.
I don't know if it's true, that this is the best shop to go to for people who are nice and talking to you about magic.
Okay. What do you want to know?
How does magic can magic make your memory? How does that what's the relationship there?
I want a magic shield that raises on its own.
Is that a specific thing that you want?
That's always raised.
Well, magic and memory. Most people who know magic have some good level of memorization since they have to learn their spells for the day. I don't think I know. Are you trying to tell me now? Are you trying to get some boy to forget about something you may have said? Huh?
Oh, it's actually
Well, yeah, she does it all the time. She can't stop saying things about boys right to their faces. She says stuff like, "Oh, you're ugly. I wish you would go away."
And I say that, but the thing is that I super don't mean it. So then I say it, and I want to take it back, but I can't. So I want to do it with magic. And I heard from my cousin Lawrence that he did the same thing to a boy that he was interested in, and he did some spells that made when the boy remembered, it was like he couldn't remember it. What spell was that?
Well, I'm not quite sure.
And also, do you have a shield that's magic and raises on its own constantly?
Out of character. Is that a thing that you want? Is there a specific item that you're looking
But I think it was something you have with like your level 15 playtest character.
I mean, if I can find a shield that was just like always up.
Cool.
Jake, the GM, will have to look into that because I don't know of anything specific. But he goes, I know that there's a spell called Shield, which there are scrolls of Shield that we could have made up, and you could cast those. Those would be
Do I
very
look
helpful.
like I can do magic?
You don't. This is the wonderful things about scrolls: is you yourself don't need to know magic to use them.
Well, hold on for one moment. I need to talk to my lying, filthy sister. Remy pulls you to the side. Okay, so hold on. I can just I can do magic if I just have a scroll that says the magic thing on it.
Well, yeah, babe. I mean, that's what spellbooks are for.
I could have I could have a bunch of scrolls that are just a scroll of shield, and I can just oh, I have shield now.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the same, and it would take some time, But I mean, it's you have to understand, it's not the same. Like people who do magic from the books, it's very cool, it's very impressive, but it's not the same as what Morse and I do. Because what we do is just something that we are, And unfortunately, I don't know that you'll ever be able to find that. But yeah, I mean, you can recreate some
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I can't believe you would say that about me, your sister.
Well, I just had to. Okay.
Oh, I forgive you. After all, we're blood.
We are related, in fact.
So, yes, I'm sorry I can't help you. You, sir, did you need something? And he looks at you, Krug.
Yeah, and it's a little bit private. Is it?
Don't worry, my friend.
We can give you some space. Do you have a magic high-level spellbook I can read while I wait?
Or a shield that raises automatically at all times.
Why don't you just there's some books on the shelves over there you can go read.
I would peruse.
I'll join you as well. I want to get away from this angry-looking, uncomfortable stranger. Not the storekeeper.
Yes.
I think he's pretty.
Look at those hand papers. Disgusting.
I heard.
He walks over to you and goes, a little bit of ginger root, if you chew on it and then place it under your tongue, it will prevent you from being flaccid. Is that your embarrassing thing that you wanted to talk to me about in private?
No. I didn't say it was embarrassing. Where did you hear embarrassing?
Well, you said you wanted to talk in private, and I just feel that it happens a lot more than you think. Okay, it happens. Okay, there are ways to work around it, and I just don't want you to feel embarrassed.
As they're speaking, I'm unraveling my hand wraps. No,
Okay.
it has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
I have something that's very precious to me, and I don't have a lot of things that are precious to me in the first place. And I was wondering if you could do me the favor of taking a look at them and seeing if you could make any improvements to them. I don't know a lot about
Okay.
magic, but from what I understand, folks like you sometimes have an affinity with making weapons more potent, and that's what I'm looking for. And I
Yes,
put
there's
the hand wrap on the table.
there's something called runes, which we can apply to different types of weaponry that will make them better or more accurate or more.
I need those to hurt more.
Ooh, so you want more damage? Ooh, I like this. Yes.
And I need to
can I
be
please take a look at
abundantly
them?
clear. You may definitely, but before you do, they are not just fabric.
Well,
Be careful
please,
with
please
them,
come
please.
with me. You can see the process, and you can see my work. It only takes a little bit of time if I have all of the ingredients that you are specifically looking for. So if you would like to come with me, we can absolutely do that.
All right. Can I sense motive?
Yes, of course.
Bow, 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 bow.
Sense motive.
I want to upgrade my sword too, so I'm just gonna go get that.
16.
We're not adventurers. Oh, I found this in the
Six-
alley. Can you juice it up for me?
There is nothing that he has said to make you think differently than what he has said.
Okay.
Right? Like, he's a shopkeeper. At the end of the day, he's got to make money. He's got to do his business. So there's a level of I need money. This is a job. I'm going to do it. And also I might be fake happy because that's what people buy me from.
Sure.
You know what I mean? When you go to a store and
As long as I don't sense, ooh, I know what these are, and I'm going to steal it.
No, he has no idea.
Okay.
He's seen hand wraps before. So,
Cool.
Moss,
Yes.
you and Scott stand outside of the one-eyed troll, which is the
Ooh.
name of the tavern.
The one-eyed troll.
Mm-hmm. And Scott looks at you and goes, "Well, are you ready?"
Oh yes. Don't forget to call me Fern. I'm
Fern.
Fern. Fern the
Fern.
Fabulous. Perhaps Fern the Fabulous should speak like this.
Who should I be? Should I be?
Yes.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Mott? No. Tosk. Which should my name be if we're all hiding?
Your talk.
Talk. All right.
It's
Talk.
so
I'm
backward.
Talk.
Talk. Yes. Hi. Hello. Talk.
Talking Fern.
Yes, talking Fern. Oh, and we're just we're a honeymooning couple, and we're honeymooning in this
Okay.
random small town.
All right, done. Let's do this. So he opens the door for you and goes, "Come on, sweetheart. It's time to have a nice beverage."
Oh, I'm coming. Talk, my dreamy man.
Literally, as the two of you do that, everyone just kind of goes and looks over at the two of you, like they're all just like,
Why don't you ever open the door for me?
and what seems to be a husband and wife that she smacks him.
Yes, sir. Why don't you open the door for her? She's a beautiful lady. She deserves it.
Yep. And Scott walks over and goes, "Any table fine?" And they're like, "Yeah, go fine."
Oh, darling. No, let's sit at the bar. There we can get all the good local gossip.
Okay, sounds good. Let's right there. And there's literally just 2 seats left at the bar, and they're right next to each other. And there's like a big, like, kind of like orcish dude on the right. Like I'm saying orcish. He is an orc on one side, and there's like a kobold on the left side of you, and the two of you sit down at this bar. And the bartender walks over, very traditional, like bald-headed, kind of pot-belly guy with a apron over, and he's washing a glass. This is like stereotypical. Walks in and goes, "So what can I get you?"
Oh, hello. My name is Fern, and this is my beautiful new husband, Talk. Might you just, my husband here, he's going to be watching me tonight, so he's not going to drink. You can get him, perhaps a non-alcoholic drink, but I, myself, what do you think I would drink?
We got this, we got a drink. I got you a drink. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna bring it out for you. Have you ever had pasteurized milk with chocolate in it? And he says that to Scott, and he's like, "No, but I have been told that it is a good libation."
Oh, Talk, you used my word. You see, we have this calendar that every day it teaches us a new word, and that was the one we learned a couple of days ago. I'm really trying to expand his vocabulary. You see, before now, I only traveled through books. This is my first real trip with my beautiful husband here. Anyway, a drink?
And he walks away, and he makes like he's behind the bar for a little while. He's grabbing a bunch of different stuff. He comes over and hands a big frothy mug of some sort of brown liquid, like thickened brown liquid, and puts it in front of Scott. And in front of you, a small glass that has been meticulously layered with rainbow-colored liqueur, like all the way up. And he sets it in front of you and like moves it, and he goes, now don't stir it or you ruin the rainbow, all right?
This is a masterpiece.
Yeah, if you need anything, my name is Ezekiel. I'm gonna be working the bar tonight, all right?
Ezekiel, even if you're not actually magic, I think that you must be a wizard. This is so beautiful. And Moss downs it all in one gulp.
Roll me a fortitude save. Because it
Holy
is
God.
hard.
Oh God. Okay, hold on. Well, no. All right. That is 19.
19. Okay. Oh yeah. So this hits you. You hit it, and you're just like, that was a lot of liquor. But you're still got your like your brain together. You're still kind of but you definitely know that is a strong drink.
Yeah.
Um.
Moss turns to the people both next to her and next to Talk and says, hello, I'm Fern. It's so nice to meet you. And Ezekiel, this is an announcement to the entire tavern. I am on my honeymoon. And the one thing I want to do on this honeymoon is I want to collect stories. So if anyone has any interesting stories about the goings on around here, please tell me. You see, I aspired to be a writer, and now that I have fulfilled my dream of marrying a dreamboat, I can focus on my writing.
Roll me a performance check, and you have a feat that allows you to be able to make it effective against more than one person.
Oh, cribbity cram. That's a really good roll. So it is 29.
So when you're starting this and you start saying, everyone, I'm on my honeymoon, everyone actually starts clapping like, oh yeah, woo, honeymoon, and then as you finish this story up, the orc leans forward, who is next to Talk, and leans and goes, what kind of stories are you looking for?
Oh, the more salacious, the better. I like things with murder and death and demons.
Wow. And he looks at Talk and looks back at you. You guys kind of them, what are they called? Dark tourists. Is that what it's called?
Yes, that's a good descriptor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I heard Molly's voice.
I don't know if I've got any stories specifically that might be of help, but I have seen some ghosts. I've seen some ghosts.
Oh,
I got
ghosts
some
are
ghost
spooky.
stories. Yeah. But over here, this little guy here and the kobold next to you kind of looks up in like a drunken stupor, like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, yeah, he's seen some shit. He's seen some shit. Oh my. That little guy, there's this group up here. I can't even remember what they're called. He used to be a member of that group, and it's crazy. He gets drunk and tells some stories about this group. Man, what are they called, dude? The True Religion. What a pretentious name, right?
That's very intriguing. I'll tell you what, I will keep you well oiled if you tell me everything. I'm so intrigued.
They oh man, I don't even know where to start. They got messed up, man. They got this one dude who runs it all. And he makes okay. So you might, if you ever see these guys, this dude got like hair to his shoulders, right? And he got a little beard, and he's all like, I'm into yoga, and I know how to like use my body to be able to levitate. But he just uses his butt muscles, man. He's just using his butt muscles to get up in the air. I don't know. It's wild.
Oh well, I'm sure that's quite impressive, but not as impressive as my Talk's butt.
And Moss is hogs Scott's butt.
Scott's literally taking some chocolate mountain. We'll do them squats. And he goes, yeah. Well, but here's the weird thing. We were talking about butts. No. He makes his people wear big old helmets that make it look like they look like him. It's wild. And here's the crazy thing. Like, that's their headquarters. It's like right out of town, right? They're right out of town is up to their headquarters.
Right out of
They
town.
got
Okay, like
people.
about how far out of town? And
You,
like in which direction?
if you go closer to the mountains, and he points the opposite direction of the mountains, right? He goes, if you go up some mountain, like you're at like the base of the hill. That's like the base of the hill.
Oh, like in a cave? Is that so
no.
spooky?
No, they're like no, they got like buildings and stuff. Like they're a real like
Oh,
it
that's
looks
less
like you're
spooky.
it looks like you're almost going into a town. Actually, you want to know? Are you trying to go there? You trying to go there?
Oh, I would love to be investigative, you know, for the writing and everything.
Okay, so if you are legit going there, you can't just walk up to the front door and like, hey, I want to interview your weird butt muzzle. No, you gotta come around during the day. During the day around here, there's people that walk around with pamphlets, and you gotta take a test. Gotta take a test, and if you're smart enough, they'll accept you and bring you in. But
I'm a genius, so I probably won't have any problems with that. This sounds like a good subterfuge mission. Would they take you back? Do you want to come with me? Do you want to be a part of this?
I have what's below 0, and that's where I am for my interest in going back to that
That's fair.
place.
Did they do weird things to you?
No. Well, they do these weird things. Okay, I didn't even tell you the most important part. Oh my
yes,
God,
tell me
what's
the most
wrong with
important
me?
part.
They think the world's gonna end.
Well, I mean, it will someday, but probably
No.
not anytime soon.
They think that they're going to start it all. So they're like super preppers. Like what they're doing is they actually have these things where like people go into a hole and stay in the hole without food or water for 6 days.
Oh,
6 days.
Sounds absolutely terrible.
And then they have this like big old ceremony where they dig them all out, and I'm like, well, look, these are our elite soldiers for the future of the end of the world. We're all
Wait.
gonna survive.
Are they still alive when they dig them up?
Mm-hmm. Most of them. Some of them have died, and then they just burn them in the backyard.
Oh, well, that's not very nice at all.
Yeah, they're kind of fucked up, right?
I mean, yes, but this sounds like the perfect setting for my new book, so I obviously have to go investigate it.
I will tell you, the test, the answers are not, and I repeat, are not all C. Okay, they are not all C. So don't just like write C on all of them. So just be aware of that one.
Okay, well, that's good to know. I wasn't really planning on that, but thank you for the insider info. Do you have anything else I should know?
Yeah, you should. And he just falls face down onto the bar, and the orc looks over and goes, "Yeah, he does that."
Well, it was nice talking to you, sir.
And Moss, like, open hand awkwardly pats his back.
And I think that is a great place to end today's episode.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do actual shopping, but we can like start with that next time. If that's cool.
What I would like to do for actual shopping is I would like to hear out of game. You
Sure.
all just send me what you would like to purchase, and that way we don't have to make that a part of the stream. We can just say, hey,
Right.
this is what you've purchased.
Cool.
We will do that off stream. But the important part is that we're going to continue on with this story, not on Sunday, but on the 31st of whatever month it is now, July. We're actually going to
Friday, right?
The next episode's actually going to be a part of Gen Con. So we will be doing a Gen Con episode on Friday at 3 p.m. PST. So if you would like to join us, we haven't decided whether it's going to be here or if it's going to be on Paizo's channel. But as that information gets confirmed, I'll let all of you know. and start sharing that. But the VOD will still be up on our YouTube channel. So if you can't make it, it will go up there and you'll be able to watch it and not miss a thing for everyone else. But yes, thank you all so much for showing up. I actually really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, it was calm. I didn't die a single time. It's nice.
I think that's a first, right?
No, it's the second. Thank you.
Moss playing Fern to me is like someone who's like really new to like tabletop RPGs, but is like really excited. So they create this like huge backstory for their character, and they tell everybody. It's like full of play, and they're like, okay, so like my character, like, okay, so she always has a dream of marrying a hunk, so she just did that, and she's also a writer, and this is like, and she's like, oh, there was a little monologue thing you did where I was just like, this is like an enormous amount of information.
Well, that's because she's method.
I don't want to be a downer, guys, but in chat they said Krug didn't drop to 0. Redo the episode. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, like
they did say, quick, you have 3 minutes left
Down
to
Krug.
Krug. So,
roll a reflexive.
I rolled a nat 1, so that just means you died. So, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, sure. Yeah, that's a mechanic.
The shop owner goes, oh, by the way, I'm actually an evil wizard.
Ah! I wish I did. Oh, wait.
Oh, I rolled a 1 too.
I rolled a natural 20, so that means you died. Yeah.
Yeah. I failed that one. Sorry.
Although actually Jonas did roll a natural 1, and I did roll a natural 20 just now.
Actually,
which is wild.
I actually rolled a natural 1. So, like,
Glad the game's over.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I rolled a natural 20.
So, yes, thank you all so much. Please join us for the Gen Con episode. The day before that, Krug, I believe we'll have an episode of our review on the APG. I know we have hinted at it a bunch during this episode. We did, in fact, sit down and record an episode, and we're going to try to get it out on the 30th, which is when we're allowed to actually start talking about it.
Yes, that does mean that we don't have a Game Gorgon on Monday because we're releasing the episode for APG on Thursday. Does that make sense? So there will still be an episode next week, but it will be on Thursday.
Yep.
And for a reason that isn't just me sucking at rendering videos.
And then as for next week, we actually have a really filled out schedule. Monday is Blood of the Void, which is our Star Trek. This is the Klingon episode, which is super awesome. I'm very, very excited about the second episode of that. Tuesday is Hijinks and Dungeon World. Wednesday we have off, and then Thursday we have off, and then Friday morning, the Clear Skies crew is actually coming out and going to be a part of Gen Con as well. Friday morning. Thursday we'll have Game Gorgon. Friday morning will be Clear Skies, and then Friday afternoon will be Court of Corvids. We have not decided whether or not we're going to come back on Sunday and have another episode, or if we're just going to take a day off and have like a full-on empty weekend. We'll figure that out, and as we learn more, we'll let you all know. But let's go around and say our goodbyes and anything that we want to talk about. William and Jonas, go for it.
I have been Jonas. You can find me on Twitter at Jonas Newhouse, and you can find the band that William and I are in on Twitter and all other platforms at Glass Beach Band. We also stream here on Twitch. I'm on here every Monday and Thursday playing. On Monday, I'm playing Psychonauts, and then I'll probably do some other adventure game after that. And on Thursdays, for the foreseeable future, we'll be doing Toontown Tuesdays every Thursday, where me and my friends on Thursday are going to be playing the Toontown Rewritten game, and that's been super fun. We just did it last Thursday. So that's
question about that. Is that the Toontown that was made by people, not Disney, and released it?
Yeah. People like rewrote basically the whole game.
Yeah. I remember that because Toontown was out and people loved it, and then it like Disney was like, cool, we're not making money off this, and got rid of it. Yeah. And a whole bunch of fans remade it. Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's awesome. I
just started playing it. It is very fun. Very, very funny stuff comes from it. So you can check that out on Thursday at 5 p.m. And then we do other stuff throughout the week as well. I'm not entirely sure what the schedule will be for next week, but you can find updates on that at Glass Beach Band on Twitter.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I've been William. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at KWilliamWhite. Again, I do a show on Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Pacific called Hijinks and Handlebars. Currently, it is Hijinks and Dungeon World. Generally, we have about 50 episodes backlogged of our Kids on Bikes campaign. that we will return to eventually. But all of that is on the QueueTimes main YouTube channel, a playlist called Hijinks and Handlebars. What we're doing now is a Dungeon World campaign. We're about to do our 16th episode, I believe, and that's been really fun. When we went remote, we just started doing Dungeon World. That series is awesome. The last episode we did was probably my favorite
It was really fun.
episode that we have done so far, and there was an entire scene inside of a cottage that is like some of the most fun just like tabletop stuff I feel like I've like done in a while. It was just like ridiculous. So check that out. That's all also on the QueueTimes main YouTube channel. All the previous episodes are, and I think that episode is probably going to go up like either tomorrow or Tuesday or whatever. I don't
Tomorrow.
know.
It's up tomorrow.
It goes up tomorrow, so you'll be able to check that out. All of that is in a playlist called Hijinks and Dungeon World, and then I think that's all I've got to say. Except like, I'm pitching Jake a new show. It's probably, it might not be soon, but I'm pitching Jake a new show, and it's like I'm very excited about it.
If you want,
I like it. I like the idea a lot.
Yeah.
The cool idea, if you want to kind of tease yourself of what it might be, you can investigate William and our band's social media accounts, and you might find something, but I won't tell you what.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Clues.
It's the advanced players guide.
All right, crew, go for it.
My name is Crew. You can find me on Twitter at CrewQT, except for you can find me on Discord, though, for sure. Just DM me on Discord, and that's it. That's all I have to say.
Boss.
My name is Molly McIsaac. I've been playing Moss the Magnificent and Fern the Fabulous, Fantastic, whatever. I just have to make a note that I think it is so funny. Like literally my entire life, I have dreamt of being like playing officially at Gen Con or like on a panel at Gen Con. Like I used to go be there as a model. Like this is like, I feel like this is like the biggest thing to ever happen to me. And I think it's so fucking funny that I'm going to be Fern on that stream.
Yeah. That's
Like,
actually perfect.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I kind of love it.
It'll be cool to go in and out.
Yeah. But anyway, I am everywhere on the internet. Molly McIsaac, that's Isaac with Mick on the front. The newest thing that will be coming out is a series on how to raise chickens in the city. It's going to be called something like Goth Farmer or something. I don't know what the heck I would call myself. But yeah, so you can find that on my YouTube and Facebook.
I also give one more reason why to watch us on Gen Con, and that's I plan on dressing up for Gen Con. So yeah, there is that.
Oh, I'll go full costume. Like it's so hot in my office, but I'll straight up wear robes.
I'll be purple and green. I'll figure it out.
I'll do something, but I do want to address this. You can watch just the Dungeon World campaign.
It's completely isolated.
Stuff. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the previous Kids on Bikes stuff. So you can watch that on its own. That's all.
Cool. Awesome.
Neat.
Bye everyone. Have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.